Everyone shut up.
I've got the screen record on.
Oh,
Hell yeah, brother!
that was so appropriate.
That's funny.
That was worth it.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, fire department shows up.
How was that? Nice?
That was good. That was good. You got a new intro now.
Nice. Smoky.
What's up, everybody? Just trying to adjust my back onto the hand settings. Audio. There we go. Now we can hear the music. Find another honest man. So yeah, this isn't going to be able to be published or saved, by the way, due to the music. So it's going to be deleted afterwards. But at least we can listen to good music. So we got that going for us. That deal in the town. By the way, this is Loser, and it is 7789 at Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, at the Spectrum, I believe. I got a couple good songs in mind. By the way, I'm on a DJ and kind of mood today. Never know. I gotta do a long hit first. Be right back. Pick just a cup cold coffee. Gonna get up in the morning and go. Drinking that wine in the diamonds by the way she shines. Ready. Nice, man. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Did you like that documentary I sent you, Moto? The Randy Rhodes? I didn't get a chance to watch it myself. I figured you would like it. Dude, I'm running out of lighters. Damn it. Yeah, I got a bunch of songs in mind for this morning. Like they're all over the place. They're just in my head. I didn't write anything down. Oh, we're gonna wing it. It's pretty fucking hardcore. So, but that's nothing new. Morning, Salty. How are you? What's going on? Another Monday. See, 89 was a good year, and half of 90 was an awesome year. But Brent died. Brent, Brent, Brent and fucking Jerry by this time were on a tangent. They did an intervention in 91 on Jerry after Brent died. And then one by one, they all came in the fucking room to Jerry's room. And Jerry kept on opening the door. And then after everybody was in the room, Jerry opened the door and walked out and closed the door behind him and left. He checked himself in, though. He knew he got the idea. Is that one you haven't seen yet? Hopefully. Okay. Yeah. The Queen of Diamonds, the way she shines. For Daddy, on the inside straight. Got no chance of losing this time. Got no chance of losing this time. Got no chance of losing. What are we gonna listen to next? What's on the playlist? Let's see. I kind of wanted to do a China Cat Sunflower into I Know You Rider. This is a good one though. I mean, this is always good, but you know. Well, let's do this. Let's slow it down a little bit. One of my faves, man. I didn't send out any invites. Sorry. Not sorry, but I didn't have a chance. I literally set the live up and edited it in like 3 minutes and shared it and did all the other shit to it. Low latency. Blah, blah, blah. Standing on the Moon. Philadelphia. July 7th, JFK Stadium. Philadelphia, PA, July 7th, 89. Another good year. But by this point, Jerry was really strung out. Mexico. Yeah. Somewhere over here. Over here. I'll be right back. What's up, SNS? On the moon. Hi, Buck's mom. How are you? Oh, I didn't see you. Sorry. I gotta get caught up. I forgot I gotta do messages and stuff. I gotta do things. Sorry. Hi, Buck's mom. So nice to see you. A New King James Version. This is the day the Lord was made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you, Diane. Very nice. Indigo. Indigo. Salty. All the Southeast Asia. CL Salvador. The cries of children. You're the sounds of war. Like a zombie melody. These hands from the sky. Go by. Oh, go by. Go by. Did you get the spam? Did you get the spam documentary I sent you? Did you get the spam documentary I sent you? Oh, that was funny. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, man. Come and cook, bro. Morning, J man. Somewhere out in the sea. Come cook, man. Hey, Rob's neighbor, what's up? Cheap things is true. Absolutely, man. Share your channel too, bro. I'm in San Francisco on a back porch in July. Open to heaven. In the sky. Standing on the moon. I didn't send out any invites, J-Man. I'm fired. I gotta send out some invites. Of heaven. So if everyone would slow down the typing a little, and I will put out some invites. Copy. Um, and I gotta go. I gotta go off screen for a second. Rollin, how are you? Messages. He is Said page. To be with you. 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 How's the audio? How's the music? That's all I'm concerned about is how the music is, to be honest. Does it sound good? Is it too loud? Is it too soft? Can you hear it? I think that's it. I should probably email a few, but I don't think I'm gonna. Oh, maybe I should. Let me go back to this thing, see if we get the chat for a second. Oh, Moto, let me lower this. So loud.
Man, don't change up your stuff for me, man.
No,
Jam
it's
your
all right.
music. I'm just gonna talk with hands today.
What's going on, man? I sent out a bunch of I gotta send out a couple of emails. I'll be right back. If that's okay. I gotta do that up here, I think. Yeah. Compose. Okay.
Dude, crank your music up, man.
Yeah, well, we're in between songs. This is
All right.
The Tears of Rage, which is a great Jerry song, man.
I didn't know you got like heavily addicted or something. You said, what happened?
Heavily addicted to what?
I don't know. You said something about Jerry before he got heavily.
Yeah, Jerry was in
Something.
a bad way right when Brent died. Brent overdosed after the summer tour in '90. Like a week, like literally 2 weeks after the tour, he OD'd, and they found him in the house.
Oh,
He was
man,
horrible.
that's how he really ended up dying. I didn't even really kind of know that.
Not Jerry. This is Brent we're talking about.
Oh,
Brent died, the keyboardist,
yeah.
OD'd, and then like they did an intervention on Jerry in '91 because by then he was completely, suffering from because him and Brent were really tight, and I mean Brent was in the band for 11 years.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to Jerry. Yes, I may have just did this twice, but that's okay. I understand.
I haven't even made a coffee yet. Can you believe that?
Oh no, really? How are you functioning and making food without coffee?
Focusing on spam.
Focusing on spam. Holy frog. Who else always needs email instead of message? Ray. Did I do Ray? Ray. There he is. I may have done Ray twice too. But, he knows. He'll understand completely. Doesn't matter. I can close that tab. And let's go back to this tab. Morning, Shadow. How are you, man? Yeah, I gotta crank this a little more. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Max said he's been out of internet for like a week straight or something.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah,
I miss Mac.
definitely. Miss the Big Mac attack every morning.
Yeah, I always miss Mac. Whenever Mac's not around, I notice Mac's not around.
Yeah, we're Macless.
We're Macless, yeah. For reals. Stop in and say hi. I'm gonna take advantage of this. No, hell yeah, man. Like going to the park. All right, cool. Good for you, Brown Chicken. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Yeah, breakfast, man.
Fresh snap peas out of my daughter's garden.
Snap peas, nice. Oh, great, Buck's mom. Thanks. More fresh veggies.
Oh,
Look
baby.
at that. Carrots. Look at that. Internet host and egg cooker. Yeah, no doubt, bro. For reals. Did you see that, Moto? Moto tattoo artist, motorcycle rider, guitar player, internet host, and egg cooker.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
That's from Dying Breed.
I'm all over the place. I can't figure out exactly what I want to do.
My neighbor Rob had to get off on the race bike. I had to go up and help unload bikes in a bit. All right, Rob's neighbor, Kerry.
Oh.
It's after this. I want to do a China Cat into I Know You Rider. Let's see if we can find one of those. Got a Franklin's Tower next. That's 15 minutes. Peggy O, Candyman, Bertha, Iko, Inglewood. Eleanor Rigby. Woo! Wow, this is a really. Oh, we got a China Cat rider here. Okay, after this, we're going to have a China Cat rider.
Pretty good butter.
That's it. Look at that, man. He's halfway there. Make yourself some breakfast. I mean some coffee. You got coffee going yet?
It's sizzling.
Nice.
Yeah, it's in the microwave.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready for like a third cup already, I think.
Wow. There it is.
I feel like the Jerry Garcia band is like a mellower version of the Dead, but like more like just more grassrootsy and like I don't know, jazzy, I guess.
Did you have feelings about that when it switched from like the Dead to just Jerry Garcia? Like why did you do that type thing? You know, like I don't know. Just because the Dead has been such a, you know.
I knew the Grateful Dead would be no more.
Yeah.
After Jerry's death. So, I mean, the Grateful Dead ended in 1995.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I mean, I did go to a further the year after, or their first, I don't know what year the first further was, but they had a further tour. Either immediately following the year, because I mean, when you have a machine like that, you can't just stop the machine, dude.
Yeah.
Where everybody's out of work.
Yeah. You put people out of business.
There had to be, I'm sure, a lot of behind the scenes scrambling. I'm sure there's books about it by now. You know, Bob always had Wolf Brothers, you know, and Phil had Phil Lesh and Friends always. And then Jerry Garcia had Jerry Garcia band, which Melvin Seals took over, and John Kane took. They were a part of that, so they kept that alive.
Yeah.
They were fighting over his estate for a decade.
Wow. Oh, here's how you
So,
spread cold butter, by the way, in case you ever try to spread cold butter.
how when people die, shit gets ugly. Everybody wants a piece. He had a lot of kids. He really didn't have much organized in he didn't have any anything of any value. What did he have? He had his music, yes, of course. But he didn't have he had a couple houses, I guess, and it was they really it was all about the royalties, to be honest. And the guitars. Irwin got a couple of the guitars, which saved Irwin's life because he was homeless at the time and destitute. So he got $800,000 for one of the Tigers, I think. Because he was promised in the will of that he would get the Tiger back. Or he would have first offers on the Tiger, and he sold the Tiger back to the dead or something. I don't know how it worked out, but the dead in the family always regained the guitars. I know that much. Because that's how they play Alligator on stage, even to this day. Alligator's the gold with the gold leaf, it looks like. Fender Strat. It looks like, I guess, a type of guitar. It was the Alligator. It's a Doug Irwin, custom. All kinds of pearl inlay and stuff. Craziness. And it's got a picture of an alligator. It's an alligator. It's called Alligator. There we go. I started Franklin's Tower. It looks really good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I keep missing Kimes Live on Sunday.
Dying Breed wants to know if that's a touchscreen stovetop.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, he's like, they suck. I had one of those in the old house, and yes, I can agree with that. They suck.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a super cool, wow, look what I got. And then learn how to use it.
Yeah, it's hard to
stuff in the wrong areas. It shuts it off.
Yep. I've had. Yep. I'm totally relate. Exactly, bro. So I'm gonna turn Franklin's Tower off because it's 15 minutes long, and I want to hear China Cat Sunflower.
I'm like, just leave it on, and if I touch a hot area, that'll learn me.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
I want to know what year this is. This is from Europe '72. It's a great song, though. Regardless, older, but it's still good. No Donna, no Keith. I think it was still Pigpen. I don't know what year Pigpen died. I think he died in '72. At the China Cat Sunflower. Nice sun. Silver. Nice. don't think a lot of people know that because in live, when they do Fire on the Mountain live, they rarely do the rap. They usually, slide right into it, and it's a smooth transition and a smooth fire. Very mellow and wavy and flowy and going, and I usually do a Scarlet Fire estimated. From Europe 72. Yeah, this is Europe. This is from the Europe performance in Egypt.
Do you hear me?
They played. I can hear. You're very low. I gotta lower the music a lot.
Yeah, I was talking to you, and I was like, "Damn,
Yeah, it's.
I don't think he hears me or sees me." I was
I
confused.
can't hear shit. Sorry. Can you make yourself louder?
I might. I'm jacked all the way up like normal.
Wow.
So I'll just leave and come back.
No,
No, something must be wrong because I shouldn't have to. Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't know
Hold
what's
on a
happening.
second. Let me look at this.
Yeah, and it's all pretty much all the way up.
I have all your mic settings are off, and your mic volume is 3/4 of the way up, which is
that's great. Huh?
155.
Should be great.
It should be.
I just come on here and make a nuisance, okay?
That's all right.
That's all I wanted to do.
I like when you do that.
It's something.
Oh man,
That's what I feel like sometimes, though. Like,
you made
damn
me
it,
hungry. I tell you
got
that.
a nice show going and
Hey, Mr. Gregory.
good music and.
What's up, Mr. Gregory?
I wonder if y'all gonna hit the button. Well, I come in once. I sat here and left.
Working, listening.
I didn't see you. Was I here? Maybe I was. Maybe I wasn't putting the invites out, Mr. Gregory. I'm sorry.
You did. You did.
Yeah.
You and Moto was doing something. But anyway, it's all right. You couldn't have seen me no way. I was driving.
All right.
Okay,
Back
good.
to the damn doctor's office.
Yeah.
That's why I think you just have a hard time hearing us sometimes, Sick. I don't know what's up with that. Do you hear a difference between me and Ray right now?
I am
we
deaf.
both-
Wait. You know what? Oh, I'm dumb. All right. Let's talk now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're blasting
Okay.
good.
Yeah, my volume was down.
Thanks, man. I had a good time with you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Man, if we all ain't doing something right, you're doing an unlisted live the other day, Ray. I'm doing one with no volume.
Oh, man.
You're over here with your speakers down so you can't hear nobody.
Yeah.
God damn it.
That ferry, I was so stoked about being out there and doing a short, 10, 15-minute live because it's a short ride. Wanted to show you guys the cool little ferry we get to go on to. And first time I was telling the history. I was back there in 89 might have been the first time I rode on that ferry, and here I am been on it hundreds of times. And
Yeah, I seen that.
yeah, and you know what was on my helmet? I had my Cardo on, so it picked up my phone, so I hear everything that's on my phone in my helmet. And when I went live, I forgot. I didn't even think about shutting my Cardo off. I was walking around, and only my helmet was picking up whatever audio it could. Till I got far enough away, up in the second story of the ferry, way to the back, then you could hear me. Crazy. I was so bummed.
Wow.
That'd be a nice little.
You know what? I should really check my own stuff before I start saying it's somebody else's stuff.
I'm mad now. I'm going to go back there and make a solo trip and go do a ferry live just on my own and make sure I got audio on my own.
I was trying to tell you. I wanted to call you.
You did.
Yeah.
You nailed it. You knew what was up.
I was like, the Bluetooth's in the helmet, man.
No, you had to tell me. I'm thinking you were thinking I was trying to do with these things again. And I said, no, it's not Bluetooth, because I went right to that. No other Bluetooth exists but these. I got them in my helmet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude. Whew.
I was like, because I could hear you. Like if I listened really, I could hear you.
I'll never be the head of a major corporation. I know, right?
I never said I was smart, man. Morning, Outlaw. How are you, bro?
What are you doing in the cage, Ray? Doctor appointment?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's all I do, man. Take him to the doctor.
And you don't even have to go yet. Thank God. That's the blessing, man.
Well, we come up here Friday. They called him Saturday and told him they needed to come back and give some more blood because something was wrong. They probably lost it.
Yeah.
So then Wednesday, I got to take him to the hospital to have a CAT scan.
Damn.
CAT scan.
I want to get out of town so bad I can't stand it.
Yeah, me too. I want to move far, far away.
Take her weed, it ain't gonna help.
I ain't taking her. Yeah, you're mine. I could be out of here in 6 hours.
Well, I first told the lady I come home and the house was empty. She was gone. Didn't leave me nothing.
That's how I came home. That's how I came home from Vegas, but I knew it was going to be vacant. I knew it was going to be empty, but I didn't realize I wasn't going to have a frying pan or a knife or a fork or a plate, or a bowl to cook anything in. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I didn't have nothing.
I was like, for Christ's sakes, I was like, really, dude? I was like, that's how much you think of me?
Are you an FL outlaw? What is that?
That's what she was doing, thinking of you.
I was in Florida, man.
Oh, that outlaw. Now I'm.
Oops, yeah.
If it's not a full sentence and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fully explained and part A, I'm like.
So
I can't fill in blanks, man. I'm got a blank up here.
Outlaw? Are we still gonna be a desert outlaw?
Why not?
I know, but
he's gonna be a Florida.
Why not? Make a dessert.
I'm just fucking with him, man.
I know. Do a dessert outlaw instead. Yeah. Nobody will figure out how that spelling is ever again. Desert or dessert? What? What is it?
Oh, it's funny.
Deserter.
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 Deserter of Arizona.
Deserter to Florida.
That's great.
The Florida deserter.
Deserted the desert outlaw.
Mm-hmm.
Deserted the desert outlaw. That's funny. That's great. He loves it though. He already went in the water, bro.
That's great.
Yeah. He don't play no games. He's in the water. He went to the beach. Yeah, he's 6 miles away to the beach. I was like, good for you, man.
Oh,
He brought his kayaks down there and stuff. I was like, good for you. Jump right in, head first, bro.
Big change from the
Yeah.
AZ vibe.
Hell yeah. I know, Salty. I know.
what's up, Salty? Good morning.
I know.
I can't see comments up unless they put them up.
So we got to that place that we stopped and fueled up on our ride yesterday, and I saw that 750 Kawasaki sitting there. And automatically Ray came to mind, said, Ray takes shorts of motorcycles all the time. That'd be a great one right there. I said, let's do that. So I made two. I made one a little walk around quick, and then the one of got to meet the guy. Sorry, go ahead, Ray.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got to meet the guy, shake his hand, talk to him, and I said, you don't get tired of this either, do you? People coming up and wanting your autograph and throwing ticker tape on your bike. And no, not at all, man.
Not at all, man.
I didn't even know it was going to be a kickstart, and I was like, wow, that's even far back. Is that a 70s, 80s? What is it? Any idea?
I had a 77 that was a kick engine electric start.
Damn, you've had one too. Gosh.
Yeah,
I never had any cool stuff like that.
It was a 550, but it was heavy and funky looking and ugly, but it was great.
And that guy had that thing beefed up nice, huh? The chrome pipes and the way they got big and reduced. And you know the way, as far as like the distance that they bring that from where it leaves the heads, this is what I was told, will make a difference in the tuning and the power band when it hits.
No kidding.
Just by the shape and make of the exhaust.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I believe him then.
Because they'll either do 4 into 1 or they'll do 2 into 1 or 2 into the other side.
I'm talking even the distance of how far it starts to balloon out real big. And then it gets real small at the end.
Yeah, like they'll put an expansion.
Yeah.
They're purposely in the
like for the street, you wouldn't really need top end. You'd want more low end or torque and stuff like that. Because none of us need to go over 100 or 120. Actually, we want to, but
why is my sugar so high?
Hell, I put a short out on anything. I put 3 shorts out on the cats and got over 1,000 views on each short.
Yeah, Gator Outlaw. There you go. Like Rob said, Gator Outlaw.
That's a good one. I like
that. Man, I just started my coffee. Let me have odd sentencing. You got it. You have the grace and the mercy of Sir Moto.
So I reckon today Frogzilla find out what's going to happen, huh?
Oh, yeah, Rob. Yeah, I couldn't wait to show it off to Rob. I was like, damn, I wish I had a thing. I was like, I have to put it up in the community. He said, well, I'll just be patient, make it short. Rob will see it. And you did. You've had tons. He said, I've had 5 of them in the shop years ago and sold them all for race money. Yeah, see, that's what I was wondering about those bikes, what they were in the day, what they were for, what people have done after they've become kind of an iconic or maybe collector's type bike or sought out for, or if they were even a sought out bike. I don't know, but I figured it was, being that guy had one and made it so immaculate and nice. Like there's some money put in that bike to make that look brand new and better probably than new.
That thing looked gorgeous. I mean, I don't even know what color that was. It was almost like sunshine gold.
Yeah, it was something like that.
It was crazy, sunshine gold.
Thank you, Rob.
Auburn gold or something. It was crazy.
That kicker looked fun.
I got
Yeah, he got on it in one kick too, huh? Just His ego had to have been pumping, but he left the parking lot really chill and cool, like a little bit too adultish for me. I'd had to hit it a little bit. He had a whole audience there. They sound identical to a triple snowmobile. Yes, the exhaust is everything on a two-stroke. It's actually sound. And so it doesn't do a lot with the power band. That's what was being explained by somebody. He was badass. I'm partial to the KZ 1000 from Mad Max. Love to have one of those. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize the H2 and H1s were made so far back, you know. When I started getting on YouTube and seeing the real fast H2s they were putting out, I was like, wow, those are the something new and the pinnacle of Kawasaki's, you know, and they've been around like forever. And you can't walk, yeah. You hyperextend your knee bone. Portland, I'm kind of here. We have 5G T-Mobile. Yeah, you're not the only one. What's what we were just talking about? Mac. Old Mac can't make it here because all week he's had super bad signal. This video. Let me see if I can find that, man. Oh. Go look up. I gotta look up the stream here real quick, and then press on your link. I wasn't ready. I didn't know I was gonna be here this morning.
Me neither.
Till Sick was here, and then I was like, I think I'm gonna be here. Yeah, so you busy? So I figured that was an invite.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't like coming if somebody don't say, hey, would you like to come on? Why don't you come on over and, you know, and be like, I was like, I had to do a lot of figuring, and then I went, and that's when I threw up, well, would you like a food cam? You know,
Yeah,
maybe he'll bite on that and then answer me.
Oh yeah. You know what it was? It was like my first day all over again. It was, I didn't do any comments. I was trying to send out invites, and I'm not paying attention to what's happening, obviously.
That's that.
So, and then I was like, then I caught up with the comments. I'm like, oh yeah, come bring the food and bring everything.
I think yeah. Bring the party on over to the party. You had the jams going. I didn't really want to interrupt you and your jams and change any aspect of your show you were doing, because I know you like to, and pump those jams out too. We're just here, man, hanging with you. So
I actually got another I Know You Ride, actually China Cactus Sunflower into I Know You Rider, but it's a later year. The first one was 72 Europe. This one is, oh man, shut up.
That's right.
And this one is, which one is this?
Share screen here, Rob, coming up.
4. This one's 74, so it's 2 years after that other one.
I think we've looked at this before. See, I got this.
Good job, man.
Two-stroke engine does not have valves or camshaft.
Oh, this is going to show the whole, like, how things work for the layman eyes like me. That might be good to watch. But I'm not going to do it while Sick has music and stuff. We'll try and check that out another time. I'm so damn polite, huh? That's what I'm going to call it. Polite. Thank you, Rob. I want to check that out. Who is that? The Beach Outlaw. I love it. What a beach. That's a beach. You have to be at the beach, man.
There you go.
How's everybody doing?
Awesome.
It's everybody up.
Ooh, you have a different look about you in Florida. You don't look the same as you did when you were in the desert. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
You get judgment right away. As soon as you get on one of these things, you're like, damn, they're looking me all over.
Yeah.
They're like, just shut up. Come here and say hi, man.
You know, I'm a little slow. I just realized we're in the same time zone now.
Isn't that weird?
Oh, that. No worries, no more. Yeah, you make things simple for Sick. We all need to get to his time zone. And it's a good time zone over there.
It is. It is. The 3 hours kind of put me back a little bit, kind of like jet lag.
Yeah. But you're there now. How close are you to the water every day then?
like 6 minutes, like right
Yeah.
down the road.
6 minutes, bro.
Which is nuts. Yeah. Like, dude, the first thing I did is I pulled the back out of the truck and then
Yeah, so you can see sunrises. Which side are you on? The east or the
East.
west?
Yeah, sunrises, East Coast.
You're on the east. Wow, you
Yeah.
got the big ocean there then.
When
no, it's been nice. Like, man.
It's like I can see the Bermuda Triangle from here.
Yeah. Yeah. All kinds of stuff. Saw
Stay out of that
dolphins.
spot, would you? Hey,
Weird.
Ghost. Chasing Ghost. She said she had a 750 or something similar 750s, a couple of them a long time ago. And I was like, man, you gotta come on the live sometime and talk about those. Those are awesome. Their history. Rob says the sound waves inside the expansion chamber. The expansion chamber is where the magic happens. For more than just sound. I know he gave us a video to listen to, but
I think that's where the gases expand too.
yeah, he brought us a video so we can check it out. But we'll check it out, like I said, when we're not jamming, right? It's a long video, but amazing explanation. Yeah. Help me understand some of the terminology when you're talking, and you can actually see it. How much farther you got to go there, Ray?
Bro, I'm just sitting here waiting for him to come back out.
Oh yeah, you're not even driving. I wasn't even really. I was looking at the camera, not you. You're sitting there with your hands into your armpit. I'm like, how much farther you got to drive? Well, hands free. But nowadays, they got hands free. What trucking? Did you see? I think I saw a video about that. A truck that went off course and hurt and killed people. Big pile of wheels. Good morning. What's up, man? What an entertaining. Say what?
Where'd the Florida Outlaw go?
I don't know. Just evaporated. In case you. Oh, there you are.
I don't know. It's not letting me connect my comments or
I
whatever.
was gonna say he took 6 minutes and went to the beach again. That's what he did. That's where he went.
Yeah.
I should.
Yeah. Yeah, the pile had a nice long stream, 3 hours plus. Him talking and laughing the whole damn time to everybody's comments. He really does. And it doesn't sound produced. He's just generally happy, and it was great. It was a good show. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I mean, I came in a couple, 2-3 times and said hi's when I could. And
take your bike with you, Outlaw.
What was that?
You got your bike with you?
Yeah, I got both bikes. I got that bike.
Sure. Hydrated
Are you gonna have a helmet off?
When?
I'm not sure. I brought my helmet. But...
Oh, 73.
You come from Arizona, did you?
Yeah, there's no helmet law over there. Just
Okay.
Yeah, just glasses.
How old
That's
do you
why
think?
I like coming to Florida. I can pull my freaking helmet off
Yeah.
and not get $1,000 ticket.
Hey, Kai. So, how old do you think that, or what year was that the Kawasaki 750 that I did in that short, if anybody remember? I know Chasing
Probably
Ghost
mid
does.
70s.
Yeah, she had a 73, she said, a triple. Are you driving a Tesla in autopilot, Ray? Yeah. See, Kime?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got
Hands-free driving.
that newfangled thing. Be nice to go up and be able to do no hands fuel up. That would even be better.
Yeah, it would be.
Just don't. It'd be great for your wife. You wouldn't have to get up, leave a live stream, go fill up gas. You've had to do that before, haven't you? Go pump gas for it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a real thing.
It's my fault. You know, I've spoiled her. But I told her the other day, she said, I need some gas, and you just gonna have to get it today. I'm sorry.
Was that? Yeah. You're living up to the honeymoon stuff.
Go up to the store and flirt with somebody, and they'll pump you down. Just pull us. I don't know how to pump gas.
I pump the gas. I admit I had a lot of fun on the old KZ 650, but got the Harley and loved the difference. Yeah, just experiencing different things is cool. Yeah, I appreciate, man. The first podcast, yeah, was totally different than you doing live on the bike, which is nice as well. But just seeing you there in your element and you having a good time and people relating that face to your channel now is probably going to make a little bit of a difference for you, I would think. But you waited.
I had a KZ 900. That was a fast bike.
Yeah, that's getting into bigger and heavier bike too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great streams and attitude. Yeah, right on, Rob. Exactly. Yeah, a 74, Rob. Okay. Wow. I didn't know it was that freaking old. I thought it might have even been the 80s. I didn't know, but 78. Yeah. Well, we're close. We are close, Rob. I would never ride without a helmet. I did one time when I went to Minnesota and all my family was there and I brought my bike with me. I didn't ride it from Virginia to go there on my Dyna. But I could have. Anyway, there's no helmet law in Minnesota. I just tried it one time and I was like, I felt wrong. I want to say for myself, I felt like an idiot. I'm like, what are you doing? And my whole life growing up, you always heard the bikers say, F helmet laws, F this, F. So that was my attitude. Like, yeah, I talk like I was one of them, I was a fantasizer. And one day, I got a motorcycle too. Like, I rode mini bikes and I always told to wear helmets, so I was a little rebellious against it. But just grew up wearing helmets the whole time, and to not wear one is hard. You've not wore a helmet a time or two, huh, Ray?
I go a lot.
When you're able to, you do?
Yeah, anytime I go to Florida, I take the helmet off.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
What was Arizona like? Same thing?
Yeah. I never, that's why I kind of don't make that much videos, because the camera's on the helmet. I don't like wearing the helmet.
Yeah.
I mean, now don't get me wrong. If I'm on 75, 95, 40 or some highway in Florida, I do wear my helmet. But if I'm in Daytona on Beach Road or something, I don't wear my helmet.
If you join, and you're going to join quite often, and you can get that Duck app on your phone when you join, and the link will say, here, copy link, and when you hit it out of your email and you hit the copy, and you just open that app, press and hold and paste it in there, and then you'll have a lot of controls and ease of chatting and doing things with us. And it's a free app.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not. Usually, it just lets me connect my account right over, and I get comment.
Yeah, you've done this many times, and you've had that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but I just thought I'd throw that at you. I won't sure. That's really odd. Yeah, because I've never joined without having that, so I don't know what it would look like. Yeah, big difference, huh, Rob?
Barely hear you over the music.
Okay, come on. I've seen the difference with one and without one. If you come off. Hey! It's Ray, Dying Breed. How you doing? Saying hey to you, Ray.
Hey. That's right.
I wore a half for the first time and I rode off without wearing one. Had to pull over. Nein was doing the German accent. My new one weighs what about our water does. That's light. Hey, you moved to Florida. Welcome to the humidity. Is that true?
Welcome to the swamp.
It's humid.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Stock up on the gold bond.
Yeah.
Keep the undercarriage dry, man.
That shit dry.
Yeah.
Monkey butt.
Oh man.
Making white brownies.
Hysterical.
Kissed a tree face first, thankfully with the full face helmet. That's when you're really glad
Get
you
used,
made that decision.
get used to 2
Hello.
years a day.
In the 90s, I got hit by a drunk driver on a motorcycle. I'm going down the road. He's waiting to come across and go across 2 lanes in a medium and get into his traffic, but he didn't see me coming.
Yeah.
And
I got
one of those, but I had the little skateboard helmet on thing, whatever you call it. What do we call them? Half shells or whatever. Yeah. And I did fine, right? But I had the raspberry right here. I had facial cracks in nasal passage or something. They said, because I hit the doorpost. I was doing about 45.
Oh.
So I hit the passenger doorpost as he pulled out. So the hardest part of the body structure I could have hit. Yeah. And went up, they said 10 or 15 feet, and I fell sitting on the road Indian style. So I went to feel my face, and that's when I knew my right arm had shattered the elbow. Because it kind of flopped out that way. I was like, ooh.
That's not good.
I didn't move it that way.
I didn't put it that way. That
bring it back in and just hold that.
That wasn't supposed to go there.
No. Well, I wanted to feel my face, make sure, I had one or something. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I'm just saying, that a full face might have helped a little bit. I made out I was real lucky anyway.
Yeah, man. Guardrails are deadly.
Oh, I was looking at them yesterday going, man, they are made wickedly too.
Oh,
you got the smooth wrap over, but the way those posts and T-bars are made in sharp corners, like,
not forgiving, bro.
They made those. They make them to shred motorcyclists up. That should be illegal.
Yeah.
I'm just now saying that.
My buddy Chris passed. Before he passed, he also had an incident on his GSX-R.
Wish you were wearing one.
And he ended up really messing up his right arm. Because what happened was he hit the guardrail. He saved it, but he ended up washing the guardrail, and his right arm got messed up on the other side of the guardrail.
Yeah.
Which is the side that's not smooth. Yeah.
Yeah, that StreamYard app goes pretty good too on your phone. You can sit there and ease of getting at some controls and things better, and turning your camera around too if you want. It's like all there without a big muss and fuss. I've went down with and without a helmet, and I hate helmets, but I love having my head intact. Yeah, no, that's the statement I would make.
It's a very good
I
trade.
don't like them, but I wear them because the time I don't, I'm going to come around the corner of that vehicle and hit my shin right on the ball hitch because I didn't see it.
Dude,
you're like, whoa, man! I wish I'd had shin guards on.
Stars, dude, stars.
Those are the worst, huh?
Oh, unforgiving.
Yeah. Your pinky toe gets pulled off by a piece of furniture when you're barefoot,
Late at night trying to get some water because
Yeah.
thirsty.
Son of a bitch. What did I just do to myself?
Stumping my toe.
You do what?
But I hate stumping my toe at night.
Yeah.
You know what sucks about stubbing my toe is I can't feel it. So I find out the next day when the toenail's hanging off or something, or
Yeah.
ugly looking. I'm like, what happened there?
In the truck for.
Like, that looks damaged. I'm like, I didn't feel that.
With the
It's kind of
yeah.
kind of bad that I don't feel it at the same time.
Yeah.
I'd rather feel it, I think.
I'm in the truck because I had to take the old man up here to the doctor's office.
Yeah. Dan Breed says he's in Reedsville. If you ever heard of that, that's Georgia though. I was thinking he was in Florida too.
Yeah,
But
he
yeah, you
asked
would
me
know
what I
maybe.
did in the truck.
Them anymore.
Doctor's appointments. It seems like that's how I can't make no plans from friggin' doctor's appointments, and
Yeah.
they're not mine.
I know. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you're doing good things, man. Nonetheless, you know.
Doctor's appointment on the 16th. I gotta go blood or something.
All I can say is if I was in that position and needed those things done and you were around and doing them for me, I'd be pretty damn grateful to have you.
Well,
So there's somebody, you're doing some good stuff is all, man.
yeah,
I know
but,
we grumble about it, but
I don't know if he's grateful or not, but you know.
yeah. Well,
Here he comes. Let me see if I can put my phone.
All right. Yeah, we won't talk no smack. From Houston, Texas. I know humidity.
We're gonna have to run to the post office and then
All right.
go home. Then I'm gonna get on the bike and head out.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got grandbaby duty today, so I'm real happy. I just go get to pick her up at the school and go to the orthodontist, and so otherwise I might even do that.
Yeah, I'm
Go
thinking
for
about
that
riding
ride.
down to Tipton Harley tomorrow. Can you get in? You want me to move? Oh, okay.
I want to do another live out on that ferry because I'm going to make sure I
Probably
do it
park
right
right
this
on the
time.
white line.
Oh,
Stubborn
man.
like that.
Very that you went on. That thing's sweet.
Welcome to Washington State, land of kiss your rights. Bye bye. Well, right? That's what I can say, right? Right?
Right.
Right?
Right.
When I was younger, my buddy hit a telephone pole guide wire at a very high rate of speed. Helmet saved his head, but not his life. Dude, we did the old, we have 5 people in the neighborhood because I lived in the outside of town and we're kids and we're thinking, hey, let's go do that, knock on the neighbor's door and run off, you know, as a funny joke, you know, and like we're the only suspects, you know, and we ain't that smart, you know, but I remember taking off and running full force away from that door and I hit one of those guideline poles. I forgot it was dark and I hit that thing. I bounced off it so hard. And of course I had a line and scar and a scab across my face. And I don't think I had it on my chest, but I hit it really hard. And I was full speed running, you know?
Yeah. Ow.
Yeah. Yeah. So who was over knocking at the neighbor's door last night there, Dino boy? Got the mark all across the face.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty harmless, but you know.
Yeah.
You get in trouble, even it wasn't that big a deal. Man, do you get in trouble for like way over punishment. Come on. It didn't learn me though. It didn't.
No. That was the highlight growing up.
No. We did cruel things. We'd go lay out on the highway.
Yeah.
You know, and then jump up last minute before the cars get too close because we needed that kind of rush. And they'd be freaking out, you know. I've had them get out. We go hide in my dad's shop, you know. We'd hear them outside yelling and hollering. That's get out here, you know.
Yeah.
We're just in there freaking snickered and terrified at the same because you don't know how mean that guy is.
Yeah.
He actually came up and
You library.
There's the guardrail or the wire rail. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They put up some entanglement. They're made for cars, not for our bodies. That's for sure.
No.
We will try and do a motovlog.
They're designed to keep a 2,000-pound car on the road.
Yeah, metal, not soft skin.
Yeah. What are you wearing? An open face helmet? Because Road Reality will show you how to set your helmet up to do that on one of his videos if you go search his stuff, or anybody else you could get. But of course, we'll plug our community people.
Yeah, I usually double freaking cat.
Yeah, and you know how to do it too, Sick. I'm sorry. Ugh.
Outlaw, you say you moved to New Smyrna?
Yeah. Sir.
At 18, my dad said.
That down below Daytona, ain't it?
Right. Yeah, it's right under Daytona.
Put it this way, he'll be able to hear the
Ooh.
races from his house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
How
those,
many miles are you from the racetrack?
I think like maybe I don't know. I think it's like
He
16.
figured away from the racetrack,
Yeah.
I think.
You may be able to hear it. I mean, they're loud, bro.
Yeah, I'd have to double check on the maps. I'm
Sponge it
honestly
up.
where I'm at still, kind of.
Oh, let me get down here. I see somebody. I see a stranger.
Stranger?
Read media. Dude,
There it is. Stranger danger.
Oh, there he is.
yes.
Stranger danger. How you doing, Sterling?
The man, the
Morning.
myth.
Let's make such a big deal. So yeah, seeing pictures and like whatever of bad wrecks and stuff does make you kind of think. And then when you've actually witnessed people go down in front of you, which I have, that unlike my daughter, when I saw her go down, man, I was ready to just. What am I thinking riding these things? Look how fast something simple could happen, because I'm aware all the time, but I am also aware that I'm not always aware that I got an ego or just an accident can happen,
How
that you
fast
can't.
that can switch.
Yeah.
From a great time to
Yeah. Going along, I'm doing good. Look, Mom, I'm swimming.
The thing about
All of a
riding
sudden-
motorcycles, it ain't if, it's when.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm hoping for, that my win is already done. I did the win. I don't need to win again.
Well, they always say you're going to have that big one. I had my big one back in 80, and I hope,
You're all done.
I
You're
hope
good.
so.
Yes.
I don't want to talk too soon, but.
Nope, we all
Yeah, I had a couple big ones. All my big ones are out of the way. I know that much.
If shit happens, you can say I was happy at times.
I didn't have that Road King a month. I laid it down up on Blood Mountain.
That's awesome.
I remember the one time I got T-boned at the intersection going to work. I remember saying to myself, "Oh man, like everything slowed down to like ultra slow mo."
Everybody pulling over there. Just
And I
Take
was
care,
like,
Rollin.
I'm
man,
going to go in. You want to go in?
really, really, really
Ain't
gonna
you
hurt.
Stand.
And
thing to
I
see.
got kids and stuff, man. I was like, I can't get
Amen,
dead
brother.
right now. I can't afford to get dead right now.
Yeah.
And
It's a bad time.
As soon as I said I can't afford to get dead right now, I was hit.
Timing's not good.
Out like a light.
Oops.
Hey, I got to run into the post office for a minute. I'll be right back, y'all.
Alrighty.
How many you want? $2.
This is
$2.
squeezing. And this
Y'all
is
don't
what?
go over
Can't choke that chicken.
there.
Choking that shit.
It won't check. It won't choke.
It won't
can't-
choke?
No, it just, that's it. A goose. You can goose the chicken.
Goose the chicken, but
No choking.
no other.
Yeah. You just get a, oh,
Huh.
oh.
That's horrible.
That don't take much to it once you catch on to how stupid yet kind of funny that actually was.
Oh,
Dude, grass gravel or dirt. That sounds like ass grass or whatever. The whole thing means you got like a whole different twist on it here. I don't do grass, gravel, or dirt. Good for you. For real. A few times picking up a 900-pound motorcycle to change your hello.
Yeah.
Take it easy. The eagles go swimming through your head. Take it easy. Yeah. I'm not sensitive. Yeah. All the driving. That is kind of, it's good yet a bad thing. The good thing is that you could probably handle yourself at a wreck and help and actually be an asset. Me, I'd want to be that guy, but I wouldn't know what to do. I'd freeze up, most likely.
Yeah. ABCs.
You've done it, Sick.
ABCs. Airway. Brain. cardiac. Make sure
Yeah.
everything's working.
Yeah, checking for shock and all kinds of things. Yeah,
Circulatory,
after holding body parts like I did when you you approach a scene, you see somebody protecting like I was, you go, oh,
Yeah,
you got something going on.
Sling what you can. If there's a bad bleed, you tourniquet it. You know. If there's a possible spinal injury, you hold the head. You know, you leave the helmet on.
Circulation. There you go.
Circulation, yeah, circulation. Yeah. Airway, breathing, circulation, yeah.
There you go. Whew. Right on time.
Yeah.
Where did Ray left? Ray left the seat, the throne.
Post office run.
He'll be back. I'll be back.
He'll be back.
I've seen quite a few dead people though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dead concerts. What are you talking about?
Like in a car accident.
Okay, you got to specify when you're wearing tie dye.
I mean, I rode up on one. A guy got killed in a Corvette right in front of me. I watched the accident. I watched the accident happen. I was like, oh, okay. You know, it wasn't that bad.
Posting all the cheers. Yeah.
And unfortunately, what happened? I guess the guy didn't have a seatbelt on, and a tree bent the corner of the convertible down. Well, first of all, the convertible top got ripped off in the woods.
Yeah.
It bent the corner of the windshield down, and his head must have hit it because his spinal column and his head wasn't lining up correctly.
Yeah, that was a good indicator. He's gone. You don't survive stuff like that, do you?
And it was instantaneous, so he didn't feel anything.
Probably not. Yeah, stepped out for a bit.
And like it was weird because there was weird music in the background. His radio was still on and stuff. There was like eerie music.
That's the eerie part. Is the music still playing?
Yeah, that was the eerie part. And I just and he had family that was following him in another car, so I had to turn around and get the family away. I was like, no, come over here. Like I was. It went from going to try to save him to realizing that there was nothing I could do to turning around and getting the family away from the body so that they wouldn't have to see what I saw.
Oh, you read that? You read that, Sick?
What?
You know, your buddy Sterling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make sure. Something's going to be dead when we leave the scene here. I ain't leaving until something's dead.
Oh, man, that's great.
Yeah, I was partying, unfortunately, one night, and shouldn't have been driving myself. I was riding, but, Oh, and at a cross, we were behind the car. There was two ladies in the front and two kids in the back. We didn't know that at the time. She pulled out, and some 4x4 guy freaking hit her in the driver's door. And I think the boy was on that side too, and the girl was on it. But anyway, I think the boy died from what I remember. They were like 8 and 10-year-old kids, man. And she was so yeah, that was the first time I saw something and had was trying to help and talk to the lady and the passengers in shock. So it was kind of a traumatic thing to see, but
the Garden
especially
State
a kid, man. You're like, wow.
Yeah, especially a child. Child accidents are devastating.
And you got blood coming out the nose and ears and stuff. It's not good.
You're hyper vigilant on a children's call.
Yeah.
It's
a little girl made it. I did see that in the paper the next day or two or whenever it was, because I checked on it. And
it's like,
I wish I knew more what to do. I didn't, and plus I had I'd been drinking myself that night, and just
every call is different.
Things you got to just it's that fast, I'm glad I wasn't the one doing that and then hurt somebody else because of my negligence. So, and that still didn't stop me, unfortunately, for years, but at one time I did.
Well, it's crazy. You can see how the accidents happen most of the time. Like I've rolled up on one fatality when there was one fatality in the front seat. The front passenger made a fatality.
So we had, in order to get the guy in the back out, we had to push the guy in the front of the dashboard, even though he was dead already. We knew there was nothing we could do to him. But the guy in the back, his legs went underneath his seat, came out the side of the door. So, like,
God,
that,
what if you gotta do?
it was horrible.
You're back.
You know, and then like you could see the tire marks. Like, you could see like, so like you could see the skid marks, and then he overcorrected, and then he must have let off the brakes.
Said, "Wow."
And then the car grabbed, and it shot him into the pole. It's crazy.
That's a good view there. You're framed in. Yeah. You'd think that's got to be a worthy job when you do stuff like that. Pretty selfless. It'd be nice. I imagine it's hard, seeing the horrors, but yet knowing that you were there and the ones that you did help or maybe saved their life or helped them to breathe long enough to get medical attention. Simple things that can be done.
It's rewarding when you did something that
selfless, bro.
Yeah, it's more comforting. You're just stabilizing until they can get to the hospital.
Yeah.
Especially back when I did it.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't do.
I could see you doing that. I could see you barking a few orders, telling people to get on. What are you doing? Get on the horn, okay? Yeah. I could. You'd be good at that because you got an assertive nature and voice.
And we were young at the time, and then like the old timers were giving us like headaches.
Yeah.
It was all politics back then too.
Yeah.
Before cell phones and stuff, before internet.
Yeah. Just the
You want a youth corps, and you want young people to come in, and yet you make all these regulations and requirements, and we still going to school and trying to get a job, and you give us a break a little bit. You gotta make all these meetings, all the recertifications.
You couldn't physically do that again, probably, could you? Even if you wanted to, if you were able to. I know you got disability stuff, but I mean,
you gotta get recertified and all that stuff. So we gotta get recertified in CPR.
Yeah.
You gotta get recertified in. Now you gotta do defibrillator and all that other stuff, and 1-man CPR, 2-man CPR.
It's a lot of responsibility.
Assisted breathing,
a lot.
Airway.
Life and death.
Yeah, spinal.
And you don't get paid the life and death thing for it either, but you get the gratitude. I'm just saying.
It's
a lot of learning.
I did it for 8 years back when I did it. I did it from 16, so 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So until I was 24, I did it.
Holy shoot! I never knew that, man. And like what, 5 days a week generally?
I volunteered the first 4 years, and then I got paid the second 4 in East Orange, West Orange, Newark area. So I learned a lot from a lot of bad areas.
Yeah.
At the height of the crack epidemic.
If something happened, I went down ride, man, I'd be hoping you'd be in the pack. You would know what to do.
Oh, there's a lot of shit you gotta, it's a lot. You can't panic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, y'all.
How do you not panic when time? Go ahead.
I won't be with the morning coffee in the morning. I'm gonna get up early and might go get me some orange juice.
Okay. Yeah. Well, do a check-in if you happen to.
Yeah, man.
Whatever happens to work out.
All right.
5 minutes. 2
Down.
minutes. Hello.
Do what?
Come on down.
Well, I would, but I gotta be home Wednesday. We got a doctor's appointment.
What is it? Tomorrow's Tuesday. Yeah, okay. All right, hold on.
Maybe I'll ride down Thursday.
All right, you can do that. Whatever you want to do.
Another coffee. I'll be right back.
Bye.
Moto. All right, Mr. Gregory.
All right, well, I'm driving, so I'm going to let y'all go.
All right. Drive safe.
All right, be safe, Mr. Gregory.
All right, we'll see y'all.
And there
So
was,
this October is the 10-year anniversary.
yeah, I'm going. I'm freaking.
Forgotten Angels. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Feeling bad. Hey,
Hey, bring bump box.
I'm gonna go to the camp out. I'm never coming back.
Yeah.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
No,
I gotta
yeah.
get ice. I'll be right back. Treated this way.
Well, it's me. It's just me left. And it's like 72 out. Light wind. Damn.
I had a couple of other songs in mind. I'm trying to figure out which ones though.
Hey, what are these red lizards with the neck thing, with the little red thing?
They puff their those are like mini dragons. That's for territory. They're showing dominance and territorial things to the other male dragons and probably for mating and stuff.
Yeah, I got hell. There's so many of them over here. Dude, and frogs. I had a tree frog or something in the house.
Yeah, you'll hear them. Be careful. Don't let the dogs eat the frogs. The poof of frogs will kill the animals.
All right.
All right. Poof of frogs excrete a white, creamy poison that's toxic for animals.
Those green ones with the long legs.
You gotta Google poof of frogs and see what they look like, and you'll see what they look like.
Dude, this
And
honky freaking app won't let me freaking comment.
you got dogs and stuff?
Yeah, I got 4 dogs.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that, bro.
I got and a puppy.
And keep your lawn cut short.
I need to go buy a lawnmower. I want a 0 turn, dude.
Yeah, well, whatever. Just keep it short.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
This way you see everything.
I know.
Okay.
It's crazy back here, dude. And
Oh
there's
yeah, it's, you're gonna learn a lot about species.
you hear that?
Yeah. That's a plane with the things going behind it.
Yeah, I'm literally, dude, the runway is like 100 yards from here.
Yeah.
Which is like, I like planes. But it's
When I visited Tony Munkett's in Vegas, I watched AWACS and F-18s take off from the Air Force Base right there.
That was my favorite thing about the house in Arizona, because I was right next to the base. So I could see, like, we could watch the air show from right there without having to go to the air show. But these are cool. These are like STOL planes, like the short takeoff on landing, like the little Cub planes, Kit Fox or Bush plane, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and over by the Air Force Base in Vegas, that area itself is like the worst area of Vegas, supposedly.
Yeah, it is. There's a waffle house right there.
And you know what? I didn't realize that. I'm driving like a rental car over there, like I'm like with the window down, cranking some dead, hanging out, like going to see.
Dang, I don't know if you can see that, but that was.
No, I heard it. What was that? A plane?
Yeah, that was nuts. That was nuts.
Low flyer.
He needs to get some altitude, man.
Dude, he was just going straight up and like stalled and then flattened out.
Yeah.
He's going crazy.
It's crazy.
That's like doing a wheelie in traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you doing, man?
Oopsies.
Killed somebody doing that.
Yeah.
He's probably over the water.
6 blocks away from the water. That's awesome.
Yeah, what a freaking blessing, dude.
That's right.
I love fishing. Absolutely love fishing. Love surfing. And the only time I ever get to go is if I make the trip over to California and Mexico.
Be careful you don't get attacked by the wildlife, desert outlaw. Yeah, I heard you got wildlife down there.
I'm like 6 blocks away from gators and
Gatorville.
and Outlaw's 6 blocks away from Sharks.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
I thought-
both. Nothing but teeth down there. Teeth and humidity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's the
forgot I
swamp.
was in the ocean, and then I seen some fins pop up, and it was dolphins. Like, okay, I gotta be careful. Like, I could step on something. Like,
Yeah, listen, don't step on those what do these call those things? The crustaceans with the spiny things that come out of them.
the turtle.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, those like weird ancient sand crab looking things.
Yes,
Pointing tails. Isopod.
I forget what they're called. They eat them too.
I'll be careful.
But if you step on them, you're in for. It's like you step on a porcupine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Sheesh.
What's that?
You gotta be careful when you're walking in murky water.
Sheesh. Oh, Kime. Kime has, he's retired, and he said when he's retired, he'd come up and visit some of our lives once in a while. I might be putting words into his mouth, but I'm just throwing those out there. I miss having you around, bro.
Yeah, I love Kime. Kime's great, man. I went over to his live the other day. Checked
Yeah.
him a little bit.
Yeah, I saw it was on, but I was out riding and stuff. I didn't made some comments on the after. I went through and watched probably, I don't know, half, 3/4 of it.
I gotta get the FXR out and started and warmed up because it's been like a
Puffish.
week or two. It's been a while.
Puffish. That's what I was thinking, the blowfish thing. But sea urchins, is
Sea
that
urchin.
it? There you go.
Sea urchin.
Yeah. Well, they're normally in the ocean, right? They're not normally on the beach.
Yeah, they're in the ocean. And don't forget, listen, Outlaw, if you're in the rivers,
Bull
okay,
shark.
if you're in the rivers, bull sharks, be
Yeah.
careful. Okay.
That's what I thought I saw yesterday. I went.
Yeah, they're mean.
And exactly. Bull sharks are mean. They're aggressive and they don't play any games, dude.
No, that's why I brought my rod.
Yeah.
Big hook.
So just, I'm not, that's why,
Bring your 44. I shot
Yeah.
my foot off.
I shot
At least it didn't get eaten.
No, I brought my 22.
Yeah.
Little one.
3 foot of water. They can, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn right. They don't need much.
No.
I
That's
saw
like
a
up to your knees, bro. That's like up to just above your knees.
3 foot of water don't look like 3 foot of water from above. Like,
No.
No.
it looks like a
No.
foot there. And you get in, you're like, ooh, that's 3 foot.
Yeah. Like 3 foot is about like your kneecap or a little higher.
Mm-hmm.
You're 6 foot,
Yeah.
or whatever.
He moved.
Your hips should be 3 foot.
A big, yeah.
Foot, but- well, then, no.
Question's probably for you there, Dying Breed.
I don't
Or, I
know.
mean, from Dying Breed to Beach Outlaw. We're calling you Beach Outlaw now.
Was my
know?
occupation
Is that official?
professional
Yeah, it is official. I see it right there. It is official. Okay.
court jester?
Or gesture.
Little dummy.
I don't know. It was a family move. It was more than just you moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. So,
3 feet, 3 feet's up to your hip.
yeah.
Although,
I got the camera off.
Yeah.
although that doesn't really have to do with anything because I'm freaking paid for most of it anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
That's 3 feet.
Yeah.
but
Up to
Yeah.
my occupation, I buy and resell goods a lot of the time, and I have my barber's license, so I cut hair on the side.
Oh, yeah.
So have different investments, I guess.
I couldn't believe how well you did with being a barber as well, too.
I did.
That's
I'd
like,
I'd
you
have
made some
$1,000 days, and I have pretty good savings saved up.
good dinero. Yeah.
It wasn't too bad. Plus, I downsized a lot of stuff. Like I got rid of a lot of my tools. I got rid of a lot of equipment. I didn't bring much. I sold my truck, so that was a good penny. And now just chilling on my savings over here.
Yeah. Freaking great.
which is
Doing
good.
good, bro.
It took a while to
Doing
plan
good.
though. I mean, I had this plan since beginning of like 8 months ago. I didn't like just up and go. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. We even knew it 8 months
Yeah.
ago. Well, not 8 months ago. We knew it a little while ago.
Yeah. But over here,
A
I don't
couple
know.
weeks ago.
Try to either I'm gonna get my real estate license or
Yeah. I was thinking more of the when I said 8 months ago when you were trying to do possibly trucking and stuff like that.
try to do something.
Yes.
I just like I like Arizona, but there's nothing to do, and I'm a super active person. And
Yeah.
all the
Well,
hikes.
you're in a good place.
Yeah. So
it was that or California, right?
Yeah, I lived in California. Like I
Yeah.
moved when I was 18. I got married and stuff, and bought a little house, and I was a car salesman out there. But that's not my vibe. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Here, walls. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And expensive.
The important parts.
A lot of people do real estate.
I was gonna get my real estate license. That way I could I just feel like it's probably like with the resources I guess I'd have, it would make more sense to do that.
And you can make a decent amount of money with one sale.
Dude, I know. That's what I was thinking. If I just sold one big house, I could just work part-time somewhere else, sell one big house, and just
and you can have a lot of stuff online. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of being young, right? You get to freaking pick and choose, kind of get to do your own.
Yes,
but to explore. It's got to see what's up. Like, I'm not used to this shit out here. I mean, the stuff out here. So I'm like, not culture shock, but like, it's just way different. You know what I mean? So it's like, I kind of got to go explore for a little bit first. I wouldn't mind doing something on the ocean or with boats or some kind of maritime something. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's the boating capital of the world.
Yeah.
So you can always, you can get your boating license, your captain license. You could go, you could get your real estate license as well. You could sell boats, you could sell real estate, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I'll figure it out for sure. I'm just blessed that I got, freaking.
You just got here.
Yeah, just got here.
That's good.
Friends, everybody that I've met's been super chill. Everybody on here is super chill. Get to meet half of you guys now because of it.
Good.
So
it's good. I'm glad we're seeing you more often. Put it that way.
Yeah. No, you definitely will be. I was just stressed trying to get everything put together to get over here.
Oh, dude, I imagine.
But yeah.
Sing along, sing along.
I imagine. I got to remember to put a little thing out for coffee tomorrow if y'all decide to come by and do coffee Tuesday. I haven't scheduled nothing yet, so.
Can I do a redirect before this is over?
I don't know. Do you have that option? Remember we went through that, I think.
Oh, son of a gun. I don't.
No.
I don't.
That's
because I'm not monetized or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if that happens at the 500 or the 1,000, whichever. But you can check it again, see, but you can't check it unless you got something scheduled so that you can get into a control room to check it. You know what I mean?
I don't have anything.
I mean, you could. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't think you can do it while you're live. No. Check it.
Nope.
I mean, you can go to your control room, but it just shows you the chats and the health of what's going on. Sometimes it's good to sit and pray. Dying Breed says, get your mind adjusted to the change, and the Lord has big plans for your life. Yeah. That's getting better thinking up in your brain, your El Braino for sure. Healthier.
Why is my sugar?
Healthy brain's good.
Yeah. You keep too many resentments and unforgiveness things up there and negative thoughts and fearful things. Yeah, it wears away on you physically, mentally, and spiritually.
Oh yeah.
And next thing you know, you're reaching out for a fill the void thing. Like what you went through was just quitting cigarettes, it would have been so easy to fill the void.
Yeah.
quickly. Going to having that, but doing some different things today. So that's what they say, growing.
I mean, I definitely
Thanks, man. I
there was
tried it.
nothing else I could do except for smoke more weed or more coffee. So
But-
I probably did both.
You filled your brain with good things you talk about all the time, because when you did, you were pissed off that it had this control over you and that you saluted to it, and for something that was a negative impact in your life. Not saying smoking is horrible for everybody. Some people don't get as affected by it or whatever, but when it's affecting you and your breathing and your health, and yet you still dive into it daily,
Yeah.
it does something to you.
I was tired of being sick. I was
Yeah.
tired of coughing. I was tired of coughing. Tired of
Mhm.
coughing. And I was, after I would
God, man.
realize all those things, I started saying them to other people. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I would tell you, I'd be like, yo, I gotta go. I would have to go to the store,
Yeah.
get money, or put it on the car. It's like $40 for the carton or whatever, or $50 for the carton.
Mm-hmm.
Even real, they're like second label.
Yeah. Well, that helps you reaffirm the negativity of the habit as to the future or where you wanted to go, of something positive that would actually help you as a human being.
Yeah, and I was
I
was
you were
paying.
determined. Mm-hmm.
I was paying.
Yeah,
dude.
And that's the thing, is not knowing that you can react on impulse and quick decisions. Just let the moment will pass. It may come again another 5 times, but the feeling will pass. Just don't act out on it, and give it time and fill the void with some other things that are healthy.
I mean, if they would last 15 minutes, that would be a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, and they would last a long time in the beginning, and then after a while, they would maybe it would be 15 minutes every other day, and then maybe every third day, fourth.
Never heard of that.
But you would still want one every day. It's just a matter of how much you would want it. I remember I was coming up on my year, and the week before the year, I was going through these cravings. I was like, somebody was just saying, man, just have one. You almost did it for a year. You did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck you.
I see. Yeah. When the cat's out of the bag, man, and you're ready for it.
And then but they were such long cravings, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And I'd be sitting here and I'd be like, God damn.
May sound weird or Bible-ish or religious, whatever you want, but at the time I was full of gratitude. So I just knew that truth and things like that, if I put that in my brain, I might be better off than what I had came from, which was early addiction time in my recovery. And so I would memorize verses or sayings and things like that. Like when that impulsive thing came to me and I wanted to go out and do that right away, I'd start getting my list, and I carried a list, and I'd go through it. What can I remember? Can I remember saying these? And I'd have a whole sheet of verses that I knew and references of things that would be positive for me. And I don't know, that was just one tool I'd used it, and it worked. And I was like, wow, in
the beginning, I remember I spent 7. Okay, this is bad for a diabetic. I know, I get it.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, I spent $75 on lollipops. All different kinds of lollipops.
Yeah.
Jolly Rancher lollipops, Tootsie Pops, Blow Pops, the regular old-fashioned Dum-Dums. You name the lollipop. I had all these lollipops sent to my house. And I would just shoot insulin and get myself under control with, even though it was either do lollipops or smoke. And I was like,
yeah.
And then it took me 3 months to quit the lollipops.
Yeah, and toothpicks.
And I had toothpicks as well.
Yeah, I remember now.
And then I
went. He was a beaver.
Yes. I went from lollipops. Then I transitioned it to toothpicks.
Yeah.
And then I stopped everything at 6 months. and yeah, and now I'm like over a year.
Pours in foam. That's such a good idea. Does the foam last like 10 years or something like not like gonna last like cement would, but it'll fill the hole, so to speak, for a good amount of time?
What do you mean?
Well, they're talking about foam and filling in the holes, and I'm talking about foam and comparing it to cement and the longevity of one versus the other.
You should be able to pour a whole bag in the hole and fill it with water or whatever, and mix it up and let it.
Oh yeah, but he's doing foam fill. There's a foam.
Oh, okay, then.
That's what I was asking. Does the foam deteriorate?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. That's what I was asking.
But
do you know? Does it? Sorry, go ahead.
He's muted.
You're muted or something. No, there you go.
All right. Well, there it goes. It's a super heavy epoxy foam, so it's like almost plastic.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't really deteriorate, and it's rock hard, and it's everything. So
yeah,
it's made for fencing and posts and stuff. I use this all the time, and it's really easy because all you do is just dig yourself a 3-foot hole and put it in. I've never had any issues with these.
Add water or just mix chemicals?
Spray it in.
Yeah, this one's easy. All you do is you just roll the bag and it pops, and then you cut the corner and you pull it in, and you pour it in, and it's just done.
Oh,
no shit.
Yeah, and you just hold it with the level, and then these aren't going nowhere.
Huh. Can you cut and trim this top stuff off, or is it too hard to do that? Like, how do you make it look pretty and do that right away before it sets?
Oh yeah. I need to cut it. I just haven't.
Oh yeah, I was just curious. Yeah,
cut it. I'm gonna cut it flush, and I'm just gonna backfill the side quick, and then hang the fence. It'll be done. I'm just lazy. I've just been wanting to go to the beach instead.
Yeah, beans it's right there, huh?
Like unpack the truck, and I got a whole bunch of fencing stuff.
Repellent.
Good.
Oh God.
Yeah.
No, it's not a dog run. This place didn't have a fence, so I'll have to put a fence on all the sides so the dogs can't escape.
How many sides you got to do?
3.
3.
I have everything. The posts are all set and everything. I just gotta hang them.
Yeah,
all right.
You're talking, depending on how big your yard is, several hundred to several $1,000s.
Yeah, it sounds.
It was up there. It was up there.
That sounds expensive, bro.
A couple grand.
Yep, that was what I would have guessed.
Yeah.
Love working in the backyard, though. Robert does. Man, we should be neighbors. I'd have a great yard. Come on over, Rob. Throw down.
Especially
I got a neighbor.
Go ahead. And you like to sit back there. It's nice to enjoy what you made.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I'm glad, dude. I want to have a little garden or something.
Yeah.
Plants that.
How many feet you got a fence you need to do? Robert's asking.
Not much.
No. 50 or less.
You could have a garden all year long. Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
He's hitting buttons again.
Yeah. He's probably trying to show us something and went kaput. He said the hell with it, going to the beach, man.
No, it's sorry.
You're good.
I don't know. I think it's only like 16, 24, 30, like 32 feet. Just like 6 of these 8-foot panels.
6 times
Work
8,
together.
48, yeah. 6
Work
times
together.
48. 53.
But that's okay. It's super easy.
Rob.
You got someone to help you hang them?
No, I got it.
Yeah. All right.
It's way better than doing a lid in the house with the freaking drywall. Because I can do a lid by myself. It's just like, I'm glad that this is vertical, horizontal, and not vertical.
Doing the nice side out like the good neighbor.
Do what?
State Farm is
Side
there.
out like the nice neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a good neighbor. As soon as you said that, I thought of State Farm.
Like a good neighbor. Storm is there.
So you're doing 8-foot sections? Is that you're not building your own fence? Obviously,
Yeah.
I wouldn't think you would.
No, I'm not gonna build my own fence. That's just
Yeah. You already had to have somebody come out and bring it out there for you and all that.
No, I had to go get it myself.
You got it yourself? Yeah. We're real Snoopy, man. Inquiring minds. We're the Inquirer here. National.
Good.
We want to know.
Had to go
We
get it.
want to know. It's like, damn, it's enough questions, guys. Shut up. Putting up a fence, okay?
I'm
Hey.
capable.
So can you get your nose over the top of it and still see the neighbors?
You know what it is? All that kind of stuff is expensive these days because of everything, you know? The fencing and wood and all that crap.
Yeah, nothing's cheap.
Nothing's cheap.
I'm not going to ask him another question, Rob, okay? I'm not. Oh.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, pre-built Caesareans? Sicarians?
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
Maybe I'd
Yeah.
maybe
Sections,
build one
yeah,
myself if I had a. Oh, that's too much fucking work.
Yeah.
And it really
Yeah.
comes about the same price.
Yeah.
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 Oh my god. I'm sorry. Not yawning.
Ooh, what we got there? Fun toys.
Fun toys.
Nice.
Let me get it up on the blast. There we go.
There we go.
Also brought the scooter.
I want to see in close. Nice.
It's hard to see.
Yeah.
Nice.
See the other ones again when you get a chance. There you go. There it is.
Sweet.
Man, how many rides are you taking in Florida with it yet? You've been able to?
Like far rides or just like down?
No, just a ride. Like you able to? Like you're all licensed and whatever. Or you just go out and do a dirty
I'm not
ride or two.
licensed, but I did. I went down Flagler and then I whooped around on the one. I did a few laps and then I took it out yesterday morning too.
Yeah.
And then there was some hot chick, and so I freaking
Yeah.
like, pull the bike out. Maybe she's riding.
Free ride.
Yeah.
Rides go both ways.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
It's a two-way ride.
So make sure you have insurance if you're registered out of state.
I know, I do. Yeah, I do. I need to get it registered here, low key. So
If you do that, register it in the state, and then you can cancel the insurance.
yeah,
Make sure you wear a medical boot and pajama pants when you ride. And nobody's going to bother you.
Yeah.
I have my medical.
Sick has never had trouble while riding.
I've never been pulled over for having a
Never.
medical boot or pajama pants on.
So that should tell you something.
Okay, good. Okay, I won't get in trouble.
And high as
high as fuck, dude. That's fucking high as fuck, dude. By the way, like 4, 5, 6 sessions in.
That's good. That's my speed right there.
Yeah. Do I fat finger? Yeah, I got you, bro. I know, man. And like I won't read out of experience, if I'd read the next comment, most people fix up their typos, when you said I had a feeling it was like, it's not a cesarean section, or are you being funny? I'm thinking it's a cesarean section of fence. I'm like, you're really messing with me. No, section.
That's fantastic.
I love you, Rob. Thanks, man. Make my morning. I can see Rob freaking shit eating grin right now, man.
That's fantastic.
Oh, good stuff.
Eyes of the World. What year is this?
Whew.
This is, 76.
I was gonna say 77.
Live from the Cow Palace, New Year's Eve, 1976. It's a good show. Great fucking Eyes of the World, I'll tell you that much.
That's good, man. It's good to smile and have fun. Healthy.
Oh, yeah.
Coffee shows can be healthy.
Smiling's good.
Huh?
Yeah, I ended up getting this thing scheduled in literally 3 minutes.
Dude, has Desert seen the cockroach coffee one yet?
I don't know. Show it to him. Let me pause this. Hold on.
Let's see if I can find that.
Hysterical, dude.
Oh, mercy.
Wait till you see this. Oh, I totally crapped in Moto cereal.
Oh, it's so good though. I was like, damn. And I just was thinking a funny thing. It wasn't, but it was just when you think of it on that level, you're like, yeah, you know, because I was into the whole thing.
Moto was so disgusted. He was like, oh.
Well, you think things you don't know.
Things that make you go,
It's very educational.
Oh my god.
All right, let's see. Yeah, and I didn't know that. I mean, that shouldn't surprise you none, you know. It's agriculture and things like that, and
oh man,
stuff gets contaminated.
Oh my god, it's too fucking funny.
Oh, damn it. Let's see. Can I do it like this? Let me see if this will work. A video file. That might work. Do. Desktop. No. Documents. There it is. Certain amount.
Oh, there it is. You're allowed a certain amount. That's why you're allowed a certain amount of cockroaches in your coffee, because
God.
Cockroaches are drawn to coffee beans and ground in.
Yeah, every all the food has got a certain amount of. It's like peanut butter.
Yes.
Peanut butter got
Thanks.
all kinds of crap in it. That's what them little specks of peanut butter is.
Specks.
Sorry, Moto.
I've never heard of a bigger buzzkill from the coffee show than Sick Bastard just threw out there right now.
Oh my God. Well, when they grind the coffee, they grind everything that's in the coffee.
Oh my God.
It's ground up, you'll never see it, you know.
If you want to go on a good diet, go watch some of these food channels, how they make this stuff.
That is the best one I think I ever saved of our show.
Oh shit!
The seriousness and the facts that Sick was throwing out there, and I'm like, all the stuff that would go against a coffee show too, and I thought it hit me like that. It's like, well, that'll sound funny if I bring that up. Like, and we just kept rolling on it. It was just a lot of fun, man. It was a lot of fun.
I was told that's why there's black, like those little black specks in the peanut butter.
Oh.
Round everything up.
Oh my God.
And I just have the black silk coffee, and it's real dark, and you can't identify nothing in there.
Next thing you know, Moto's like seriously looking at him. He's checking it in the light.
Yeah, and hopefully it's a small amount. Like, just what do you mean by a small amount? This is the government we're talking about.
They let fluoride in the water.
Per ton or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
3/4 cockroach a pound.
I don't even like seeing a leg, you know.
Oh
no.
A leg on the floor or something, you know. Every once in a while you get those big ass like in Hawaii, it was horrible. They would be all over the place, and especially we had where it lived a lot of I don't know, I'm not even gonna say what nationality, but there was a lot of food and a lot of stuff and things. It was kind of dirty. And
in Florida,
they fly. They fly.
Yep. And the palmetto bugs are big, dude. Big.
Yeah. And we get them, here too as well. Do you get them in Florida?
Yeah, dude. I'm talking about the size of a friggin' lighter, dude. And they fly.
Yeah, Zippo.
Yeah. And then they'll act like they're dead. They'll be on their back, acting with their legs.
Oh, yeah. They're still moving 2 days later.
Yeah, you go and touch them, and the legs will start moving. I'm like, oh, you're gonna die now, fool.
Let's play scary, man.
Yeah, I'll
say no.
I'll go get the electric fly swatter. I'll make it climb on the electric fly swatter. I'll light
Those are
him
so
up.
funny.
I'll light him up. I'm like, this is gonna be a quick, painless death, dude.
Or a long, slow one.
Or a long, slow one, depends on how you are, to be honest.
Ground my own coffee. Yes, but well, you know. I
think
have
more
done that.
because they're not.
That's a motivator. Doesn't mean that the cockroaches still didn't crawl all over them and do their thing on it.
Or
Well,
they're
yeah.
sitting.
You're never going to be free or whatever, but I don't know.
They could have been crawled on before they were
I ain't
toasted.
washing my bean.
Yeah. There's some kind of lines.
They were roasted, okay? They're gone.
Yeah, they're gone.
They're roasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is a little better of motivate. Like I do buy whole bean and do grind my own quite often, but not always. Yeah, it's flying. Them mofos fly.
Yeah.
Could you imagine one of those things hitting you in the face?
We call them palmetto bugs, tree roaches. Hit them with the rubber band, and they sound like a chinook crossing. Yeah. They get a nice snap and pop. Some are filled with more than others.
Yeah, they're like they're like slow and doofy looking when they fly.
Yeah.
They're like, especially the big ones are like a
Good thinking, Robert.
freaking wayward freaking bomb that has no guidance.
Well, my pit bull that I had in Hawaii, it was a Staffordshire Terrier, whatever. Same thing, right? Basically,
Yeah.
would get those roaches. Like as we lived in the back of the tattoo shop where I had learned how to tattoo, and eventually got that place from that guy. And she would grab them and find them and kill them, and she'd have them setting all like 3, 4 maybe in a pile. In the morning, I'd get up, I'd know where they are, and they were all dead. And it's something she did like every night. She was on guard, and she saw one, she'd take care of it and then bring it on over. They'd be right beside the bed where I get up. It's kind of interesting. I was thankful.
Yeah.
Rather have them there than
Yeah, then it's somewhere else that you don't want them crawling around on you.
Is this Mountain Dew?
Yeah, this is Morning Dew. This is the Morning Dew you sent me, I think.
Caribbean gone. Oh, you got iguana up in there?
Iguanas, yeah. When they fall out of the trees.
Huh. The
70s.
big kind, they get pretty big.
Yeah, the big iguanas.
Jim. Where's Robertson Jim? Oh, that's in California, Santa Barbara, California. February of 77.
Yeah.
Here, guys, I'm gonna hop off for a little bit. I'll give you...
All right. Enjoy, bro.
All right,
See
guys.
you later.
Oh, man.
Seeing you guys.
Good seeing you.
All right, good seeing you.
See everybody in the chat.
Peace,
Robert.
bro.
Peace.
I'm so glad Desert started coming back. I thought maybe something totally was like we did something he didn't. You know what I mean? One of those, I ain't gonna hang out with those guys no more.
No, he was working
doing
a
responsibility.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, working a lot. And then he had to pack everything and get ready. So he had his hands full.
I'd be mixing the two, though. That's like. But I'm proud of him that he does stuff like that. And such a young man that he is.
Yeah.
Too. It's
Yeah,
admirable.
Construction and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Good freaking dude, man. And high hopes that you guys will get to meet one day.
Yeah, we're definitely going to the camp out.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll meet before that.
Yeah. Never know.
You
You and him and Ray could have a triple meet someday. Never know. Keyfob still in Alabama or Georgia? Is he in Georgia?
In Georgia, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Brainy must have came back, and he's there.
Brainy just came back, so they're spending
Sunday?
good quality time together, I'm sure.
Yeah, man.
Which is good for them.
Yeah.
I'm glad that she's doing well.
The good forces are working in their life.
Yeah, positivity and
Yep. Triple meet.
Yeah,
A triple meat. Yeah, I like that, Rob. I get it. It's a Wendy's burger, okay?
Yeah.
Stacked high. You remember when you used to get those? You'd be hungry as hell working in the day. Go lunchtime, you go get that big ass triple, just stuff yourself. And,
Starving, yeah.
mm.
There was a Wendy's one town over from me.
Yeah, the bigger burger you had, that's the place you were going to. And Wendy's were always good.
Yep.
I don't eat much food out, but I did a lot at one time.
Yeah.
Up into the mid 2010, I'd eat there without a blink of an eye, and then after that, I quit kind of eating out after I learned more.
Yeah.
Especially after I went on the all raw food diet and got into all that and learned about food and putting good food in your body versus toxic food, processed food that has had enough stuff put in it to get you more addictive, to make it more to manipulate you. And when you learn like you're getting like we were just talking about the cigarette, right? And they put lots of stuff in that to make it. It's like it's already tobacco, okay, and it's already got nicotine. Well, let's put these other ingredients in it. It's not necessary, but it'll be good for the corporation to make a high amount of money, and it'll help out the pharmaceutical people all at the same time. We'll all get into this thing. We'll promote it.
And all those additives, are addictive.
And yeah.
So now
Metallica, kill them all.
Yeah, not only is the nicotine addictive, all the additives they put in are addictive too. So let's make them
sign up for it. I see Sick over there. He's my friend. He's enjoying his life. He's relaxing. He's having a good time. He's got that quality cigarette. What kind you smoke, by the way? Well, let me try one of those.
I used to smoke Newports. Then I started smoking 305 menthols.
Yeah. What is that? I've never heard of that.
They're cheaper. They're like menthol. They're half.
You did the stoop.
Yeah.
You stoop down on the
They're half the price. But I would smoke more of them.
Yeah.
Because they weren't Newports.
But not that much more that it was justifiable. It felt like you were saving, though.
It felt like
probably.
In my mind, I was.
Yeah. It's like buying.
I wasn't paying Newport prices.
Pre-mixed antifreeze for the same price, Yeah. And once you learn that you could just pre-mix your own and save half that money, then you feel like a dumbass.
Yeah.
Like, wow, was I buying that? Yeah, I bought that. Did they tell you about that? No, they don't tell you about that on the packaging. Warning, this may rob your wallet of money needlessly spent.
Dude, $100 a carton. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Horrible.
It was
Good
like
day, Jack.
86, 96, 86, 96, 90, 97.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
You fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
And then I said, fuck this. I was like, that's $200 a month at least. If it's a pack a day.
What is it? Is it the information that we get, or is it the maturity of your mind, or getting to that point where you actually do care about it? Because I'm thinking, man, this would be the great kind of stuff you'd want to learn in school and at a young age, and to know the tricks of the world, But I think at that time, well, for me anyway, I didn't care. As long as I was having a good time and having fun, it really didn't matter. And when you're young, you're going to live forever.
Yeah. And like my
parents, who knows?
In the 70s, my parents were smokers, both.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, one of mine was, the other wasn't. And he hated that. And of course, Dad was the guy that made me work all the time. So I sided more with Mom, And
and then, my mom, I remember being a little kid. I was like 10.
Yeah.
And my mom had a good portion of her lung removed when she was like 30, 35 years old or whatever. And I was 10.
Sounds good, Rob.
I remember coming home and she was not in good shape. She was really sore. And back in the 80s or whatever, or late 70s, like early 80s, mid 80s, whatever.
Yeah.
They would end up, instead of cracking your chest, they would cut your ribs and remove your ribs to take your lungs out.
Yeah.
And they would cut out the bad.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
remove that. You know,
I remember them showing us healthy lungs and bad lung. One looked like a dried up prune, and the other is all nice and fresh and the way it should look. And that still was like, yeah,
and
that
then
won't happen to mine.
then they would have to reassemble the ribs after they took
Yeah.
out the bad parts. They would reassemble the rib cage or put the ribs back in and staple them
Yeah.
until they healed. And I remember her saying, "I can't cough." I'm like, "Good, don't cough."
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm supposed to cough if I have to. I'm like, well, then
You have a
cough and spit it out, I guess.
less of a chance as you don't be clogging your lungs on a daily. You cough a lot less now, probably, other than,
Yeah.
medical treatment time. Once in a while will trigger a few, but those aren't ones that cause you to continually cough when you don't need to be coughing.
Exactly.
Like that just happens at the time of whatever you're doing, but then later on you're not like affected like cigarettes would, like
I would cough, I would laugh and cough and then continue to cough.
Yeah.
After the cough.
As an after effect of
the cigarettes.
your
And
lungs being so
and then
overworked.
if I did a medical treatment on top of that,
Mhm.
I would cough like no tomorrow.
Kind of like a vacuum bag, think of it like that, right? You keep throwing all that dust in, pretty soon it ain't doing its job. You got to empty that at some time, and you don't get that chance with your lungs, really. They don't self-clean.
For 2 weeks after I quit smoking cigarettes, I cleaned out. I remember
See it climb.
coughing up all kinds of crap.
Yeah, that's about the only way you get that overload out.
Yep, spitting
Cough
it
it up.
Gross. And then I stopped. Eventually, it cleaned up. It was gross, but it was disgusting. But
yeah, a good turkey dinner will make me huff and puff a little, maybe.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Like I started eating more and stuff. Like it was good. It was a good change.
Tasting
Foods better. Like it was great.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Now I rarely think of it. When I get pissed.
You have to fight every day.
When I smell her smoking in the bedroom, I get pissed.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I'm like, you smell like an ashtray. I'm like,
well, it's weird. Like, yeah.
I was like, you stink. I was like, you stink up the whole house. I was like, open the window at least.
Yeah, you both got your challenges to be considerate of each other in there. It's like with the small windows that you got to do and when you can live stream, when you can't now, and compared to, her doing this and her doing, and then pretty soon it gets so tit for tatty. She just like, and then you get irritable at some point, and then it sucks, man. And
I mean, I got everything ready. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I haven't unpacked. The only thing I did was take the shit out of the storage unit and put it back in the garage, so I wouldn't have to pay for a storage unit while I'm living here.
You really do. Wow. Yeah.
So,
you do the other at all, brown chicken, the gummies. What was some guy was saying he was doing? I don't want to say words that'll get anything in trouble, but gummies that were mushroom based or something like that. Is that a thing?
They have that too.
And what does that do? Is it just more of a powerful? It's not an actual.
It's like
that. It's just more heavily dosed of the THC or whatever.
It's
like
if it's mushroom based, it's
or is it actually?
It's like psychoactive. It's like
the psychedelics of the THC is what I meant, but
like microdosing, like very small amounts.
Yeah, because the guy was playing the game and he was talking, he was doing whatever, and he's talking, oh, these are good. I don't know if it was an act or if it was really, because I'm like, there's no way, because if you're doing what I'm you're saying you're doing, you wouldn't be able to talk and function that well.
Yeah, well, now
maybe some people can. I've just never seen.
The thing is, nowadays they have it so regulated and measured out that, like,
tell Mr. Gregory that.
Like the old days where you would get the mushrooms in a sandwich bag, and it would be like 2 or 3 fingers is a quarter.
Yeah.
And 2 fingers is an eighth or whatever.
Right.
And it's all dried already. Usually.
Yeah.
That's how I used to get mushrooms back in the day.
Huh. Well, anyway, I didn't know you could go and you can buy this stuff, I guess, and have it sent to your house and sit down and game and talk about it on live streams and everything's cool, man. It was so secretive back in the day. If you did anything other than in what you'd afraid normal society would think of you, other than your friends that were cool, you didn't hide that from. But anything else, man, was that's a big no-no, and you certainly didn't brag about it, and you didn't, and hide it from the law because we were all gonna get locked up.
Yeah.
Of
Oregon
course.
has them, I think, is the state that has it regulated and they measure it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know too much about that, Moto, but it's interesting to me because
Yeah.
they're treating a lot of mental illness with that.
He might have just been talking about it too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I find it interesting.
Yeah, Tara.
It's just like MDMA. They used to use it for marriage counseling.
Yeah. Medically done and whatever that helps. And you got some, but there's a difference, right? Between somebody who wants to use it and abuse it and just to have, continually, destroy themselves with it at some point. That it becomes a crutch, or if you're medically treating and doing things that actually helping. For some people, it helps for high anxiety and pain or mental illness even, can get you back on track and, but doing
without taking your prescribed.
Yeah. Pharmaceutical stuff that has side effects that are horrible. Yeah, what Tara's saying of being around all the chemicals and types of stuff, I would hope they would give you more of, a protection and stuff. Because when I was younger, I didn't even know. I worked in the sheet metal shop, and even my dad, we talked about it the other day, all the galvanized sheet metal, 16 gauge, which is a pretty good 1/8-inch thickness, and you had to wire weld and feed. And we'd made these transitions for what called Y branches that go in grain bins and do drying. We had a big contract for that, and I'd do a lot of welding, 20 of them in an hour if I could get them done, these 3-foot long Y branches.
Yeah.
And they'd go out and have a cigarette break, and it would taste sweet and funny, and really, because you had all those fumes, all that stuff from the galvanized, which is very toxic, poisonous.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't care, man. I'm trying to get that 20, ego stuff, and working in the shop and working hard, showing my dad I could do this stuff, and we look back now at that stuff and how unsafe and crazy and you're still working in it every day. Tara, that sucks because that works your body over, man. As I'm sure you feel different at times. Yummies, yeah, but it's not illegal here. Got to go to Minnesota to stock up, but I still smoke I
gotta grab a coffee, Moto.
Yeah, well, I grew up in Minnesota, brown chicken. That's where all my party and cake days and fun times and learning about Pee-wee's Big Adventure started there. Me, not the actual Pee-wee guy. You about to start to grow them too, Rob? I hope you got a good purpose for him. COVID gave me asthma and COPD. Terrible. So I probably, you don't want to knowingly do something to self-sabotage yourself. Definitely. That puts a hurting on your soul. Texas made the THC illegal last week. Man. United States, my ass. Right? United. Either it's good or it's not good. Who's justifiable? Who's manipulative? Who's doing what in what state? What's the truth? Bottom line comes up to you, the person. What, is helping you, what's not helping you. But a lot of people are in denial about some things too. Not saying that is the one, but there's so many variables in life. My God. Just have a good life. Throw some love out there,
I want to respond to Robert. Robert, she didn't say anything. It's just that I don't go on until she's gone. I don't even want to risk a confrontation with her. Like I don't deal with her in the morning anymore. I sleep until she leaves. She's gone in the morning whenever she has work, and then I only have to deal with her on the weekends. So. Yeah. And it's healthier for me because I don't really have to talk to her.
Maybe in Texas everything's a big deal. You know, it's a state of the bigness. I'm just making funnies. I don't know what I'm talking about. I really don't. I just talk about random things as they hit my head, you know, and sometimes I get some response from y'all too, you know, like, gosh, that was way off, or no, that's kind of on. Who knows? Who knows? Let me see what we got here. Oh, Big Mac, Old Mac.
Old Mac.
Old Mac. Oh, what we got there? Oh, I hope you don't mind. I don't think you will, but this might be good news eventually.
Yeah, he's sending.
That's T-Mobile stuff.
Yeah, but he's sending it back.
Oh, is that the story?
Yeah.
That isn't as good a news as we thought.
No.
T-Mobile is being taken back. They said they could not provide service in my area. No rebate for poor or no signal. It's nice when you're that big that you don't have to care or protect your company's reputation because you're so big. You don't have to use common, polite, geez, you know, I feel bad that we, you know, took all that money from you and couldn't provide you the service and we're not even going to.
Well, if he's listening. If he's listening, I have had them credit me a month for the last every other month for the last 3-4 months.
T-Mobile as well.
Yes, because I called him. I'm like, so what do I have to do? Like in order, so I should just expect your service.
I remember. Yeah,
not to
go
work,
ahead though.
And I should just understand and accept that.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could pay more money to another company and be happier and have it work. They're like, okay, Mr. Gum, we're gonna credit you $50 on your account, which will be an entire month free. I'll be okay, that's fine, but I would
still got shitty service you can't use, really.
Yeah, like I really would like it if you guys would get your shit together. That would be great because I'm paying you.
Mm-hmm.
Service that you're not delivering on.
Yeah. Well, I had that when I was with what's that other Sprint? I had Sprint for I don't know 15 years or more, maybe. And when I moved here, I was in that piece of zone that Sprint had trouble. When you look at their maps, I had that little section there, and it would I couldn't have a phone call here without having trouble. A regular cell phone. You know, and they didn't. I asked, well, I've heard you guys got a booster thing. Can you bring a booster down here that'll boost the signal and help out? Well, yeah, for this amount of money and this and whatever. And
this amount of money.
Then I was like, well, okay, goodbye. I went to Verizon, and I've been with Verizon ever since. But yeah, I don't know, maybe it cost them too much money to put a booster in. What, another couple bucks.
I don't want to give you the money I'm already giving you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then now you want more money for a booster? You got to be kidding me.
That's a thought, Brown Chicken. That's a thought.
Yeah.
He's usually naked every time he reports in. By the way, I'm naked.
He's great.
Texas is attacking stoner and queers, which are most of my friends. Oh, and non-English speaking. These are priorities. F the roads and the schools if they're public. That's a lot of hate. A lot of hate out there. And those are.
They made THC illegal, Ghost. Is that the deal?
Again, that's what she said back there in another. Right here. Read this.
Made THC illegal in the last.
There you go.
Yep. That's what I heard. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean.
Absolutely ridiculous. Like, that's going backwards, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, don't they get to vote on it, or they did vote on it, and that was the outcome?
Yeah.
And was it done by the people, or was it done by the government? The vote. That's what I want to know. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
What's going
I'll
on?
never understand how politics work and states that do things that advocate, stuff that just, spinning your wheels and creating people to get pissed off and talk about it like we got it right now. There shouldn't, if none of that was there and existed, everything would be, not everything, but those things would be just fine. They'd go on. Everybody'd be doing their lives and having some freedom and choices and
choices.
Yeah, and not having,
Forbid.
angry things and court dates to find or ridiculing or bullying or, whatever happens with these angry issues that get brought up constantly and picked on, or made illegal or a law or something attached to it to hurt others. Well, do got to grow through that stuff, but you see it constantly every day. It takes a lot of work to unattach from. Our government tried to make it legal twice now. Goes to the House. The House cuts it down. It's Wisconsin, correct? Wisconsin State House.
Yeah.
Neighboring Minnesota. And Minnesota is it legal there? Wisco, yeah.
Wisco.
In Minnesota's, is that a little better? Not like it's better, but I mean for that issue or whatever.
I don't, it doesn't make sense why they would want to go backwards.
Yeah.
There's so much medical stuff that is done in that area.
It's a cause for chaos and control or whatever, or part of the manipulation of the system. It's never the truth. Even if they know that, they're going to put it out there anyway because there's some
I mean, now that's
something we won't gain from it, somebody will.
Like that's gonna let's say somebody with a rare disorder or whatever, one of the disorders that THC helps.
Oh yeah.
And
they make it illegal.
And now it's
a
now
death sentence.
Now that whole family
has to suffer. Say it's a death sentence.
To another state.
Mm-hmm.
Treat the illness that their family member has.
And some people can't even go that far. They just gotta put up with it and suffer.
Or do it illegally.
But hey, we can buy a big jug of cheap vodka for $10. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Martha Stewart says, if you put it in the freezer and you stick that bottle inside a milk carton and throw flowers down there and then build ice around it and put water, and then let it freeze so you can take it off. Have this beautifully decorated ice-filled vodka with the flowers, and then drink the tasteless alcohol. It'll go down better and faster. You can get in trouble quicker.
Wow.
I'm just joking. But I did see that today, something she was doing.
Nice.
And I just made a big old elaborate story out of it, of negativity.
Nice.
But it's kind of what happens. They tell you it's really good and this is great and yummy, but yet, wait, what happens when somebody doesn't know how to, has too much and has that family that gets wiped out on the road because you're driving without that part? It's not that freaking glamorous. Some people are responsible with it, some aren't.
There's literally zero medical benefit from alcohol.
Why advocate?
Medical benefit.
Yeah.
Physical benefit.
It's really helping my liver, though.
Yeah. Right.
They do actually try to say a glass a day of the wine is somehow good for you, which, well, okay. Why glamorize it? Because, I'll go, one's good, 3 will be better.
3 will be better. Yeah.
3 will be better.
That's pretty funny, though. You're right. 3 will be better.
Politician. Yeah. Well,
I remember when I would drink when I was young. I would drink till a lot of the time till I get sick.
Yeah, and still feel like
it wasn't a pretty sight,
Next day, well, gosh, I don't feel so good. Maybe that hair of the dog will help. Let's try that.
Oh, good God.
Okay, dude, I would do that sometimes. And the next day, and I had to rest, just like I was telling you about the cigarettes. Like first thing in the morning, I can't do it unless I eat or drink first, because get my lungs to be like to normal again and everything. Well, I would get these red big splotches all over my body and my face and chest, and I would see that happen. I'd be like, well, I'm just not going to get the effect I'm looking for tonight, you know? And I couldn't, because I'd hit it so hard the night before. And that the next day I would be like that because I was.
But I feel like I learned.
I don't know what that was.
I feel like I learned relatively quickly that I was a cheap date. It didn't take a lot to get me screwed up.
Yeah.
The more I drank, the more my tolerance went up.
Yeah.
But I didn't like it.
Yeah.
So I knocked it off at a young age.
I think even that tolerance, but probably is kind of true, some of it too, but a lot of it's mental too, because you're looking to be higher and you're not getting higher. You're at that same thing, but then your ego's telling you a lot of times, well, I'm just tolerant. So now you're thinking you got this certain amount that you can consume without really being affected. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On a different level. But I mean, I know some of what you said was true too, but it's a tricky, manipulative drug when done with too much.
Yeah. And too much of everything is just enough.
And I'm easily had too much before. There you go. Come in here and fix all this stuff we're talking about. Give us some politically correctness. He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm in Florida. I'm near the beach. We're all right.
I got to dump this.
Chilled, lay back.
I got to dump this.
Good to see you back, man. Yeah, he's like, dang, if I knew I was coming in for that kind of abuse, I would have knocked first. Said, what's going on in here?
Okay.
What's going on? Is it safe? Did you put the pit bulls away? No, we didn't. Pharmaceutical would rather sell you opiates, and hemp hurts too many industries. Yeah, yeah, and they're going to find a way to. They already found a way to contaminate your hemp that you buy that's natural and stuff. I didn't even know that till somebody was telling me that the other day. You got to be careful from what growers you buy from. Have you heard of that too? Desert?
Yeah.
Like,
that, and then especially with hemp, it's like it grows so quickly that theoretically we would be able to grow more hemp fields and just make paper instead of like cutting down all the trees.
Oh yeah. Clothes, whatever else. Yeah.
Whatever. It's hemp, but it's like it said, it would take too many people out of business.
Give you just enough freedom just so we can have some fights and wars over it and have political issues now that it's kind of illegal and kind of not. Like some people you go to jail for it and others don't. Like, how fair is that in the United States? What does United mean?
That's insane, bro. That's
also
insane.
Like for growers for flower, maybe watch out for what companies you're getting. A lot of them have PNGs, pesticide and chemicals and stuff, and then that's like if you get bud that's super round and perfect looking, it's usually pumped full of PNGs, and then
that's, additives and things that were done to it, just like crops and putting in weird things in their seeds, and they're not normal no more, and here you have this natural thing that was helping people is now just becomes an addiction or a lie or a placebo effect that they may be trying to attach to fixing themselves, instead of the natural plant doing what it was meant to do.
Yeah, getting less hot, needing to smoke more.
I was always anti-farm, but like I saw that pharmaceuticals made my mother normal when she was batshit crazy. Like I would see how I immediately knew when my mother was off her medication.
Yeah, but that's like a different type of sick almost.
It's a different kind of sick.
That one you really need like a real chemical balance.
Because her chemical imbalance was pretty extreme. I was like, wow. I was like, Dad. I was like, Dad. I think we need to call the doctor for Mom again.
Doctor, give me the news.
Like, Mom, you haven't been taking your medicine, have you?
You're freaking out.
She's
I
like,
can tell.
She's like, fuck that medicine. I was like, oh, that's nice. I was like, Mom, I was like, why are there knives behind your pillows? Why are there knives behind your pillows and underneath your mattress? Can I have those? Fuck you. That's nice, Mom. Listen, we're going to call the ambulance. You're going to go to the hospital. And you're going to get back on your meds. And then you're going to come back home. Fuck you, Eric. I love you too, Mom. Bye.
That's too funny.
Doing the best we can. Doing the best we can.
I mean, that's
that was the best.
For years, dude. Especially, it was like teaching a kid. If you don't take your medicine, this is what's going to happen.
Make you angry and bitter.
Angry, grumpy, and bitter.
Angry, grumpy, and bitter. That'd be a good channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Grumpy out there's got a section of it if he's still here. You got the grumpy old man.
Grumpy old man.
Basically telling you up front. I might be a little grumpy.
That's all right. I'm grumpy a lot.
Hell yeah.
I try not to be, but like
no.
Like if I'm that's
all that trying and not succeeding makes you more grumpy though.
Yeah, like I mean, I would be lying if I'm in a shitty mood, like maybe I need to come and do a live, but like I in my mind, I'm like, why
Don't
would
do that?
Why would I want to go on and complain about my life or just be in a bad mood or cranky on a live and dish that out to other people? Then I would just rather keep it to myself.
Yeah. I know you take a big responsibility on when you think that way because anybody can tune in or tune out, you know.
This is true. Yeah.
And nobody can But
like you know.
And yeah.
I mean, my problems are so much smaller than some other people's problems.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, and
if it's healthy and it keeps you alive, and you got some friends here that'll listen and do, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of, not like baby or pamper you, but support you in a healthy way, and then let's hear what can we do. Maybe some suggestions, and you never know what you're gonna get. And hopefully you're gonna get a few good friends that are gonna tell you the truth or help you out or say just enough of non-truth to help you through the time, and then later we get to more of the we got this and that we could look at, and then you're more accepting to it, you don't have a wall built,
a different perspective.
Exactly. And you can't tell somebody something hard up right away when they already got that wall built. So as a friend, you kind of soothe it in there and do your best to not be a manipulative Mo either, because we all pick up on that with each other when we're doing it. But yeah, I don't know. Those are just cool things to think about, man. So I'm glad you're here. Do what you got to do, right?
Where's Leia?
And sometimes we all need that help. Lean on me when you're not strong.
Yeah, I think
I'll give you a hand.
Definitely okay to ask for help.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it's humbling. That's good for your soul too.
It really is. Especially a month later, you're like, wow.
You quit fighting for a while. Okay, I'll take these gloves off. Okay, my hands are swollen. I can't wrap them anymore. Every time I hit something, it hurts. Let's take these off. Throw the white towel in for a while.
And what's funny is when you do that, I feel like more change ends up happening.
It does. but pain's always the damn motivator. Why can't I just do this gracefully? Like before I went 12 rounds with Mike Tyson, you could have told me that he was impossible to beat.
You can have let me just pass up on the contract.
I waited till the 11th round to throw in the towel. What's up with that? Why did you get in the ring, egomaniac? Oh, let's take a look at that.
I have to win.
That's what's in my brain. That's what the problem is. Hope Frog's having a good Monday. Yeah. Hey, yeah. No silver today. We'll be wearing the silver jewelry. Yeah. Is he really could face something like that for real?
I think thing that
How can you be free all this time and then do that and then find like, well, I guess we're going to do this? Like, wouldn't they
That's
know
what
that before they got to that point?
No,
They
that's
try
what
to
they do.
they try to pressure you into a deal until you're so sick of it that you just want it to go away, and like
Yeah.
Take a settlement or take a plea or
Yeah.
guilty, take a plea and play
Yeah.
restitution.
it's annoying. Like
So they can look right and you be
I know
wrong,
people
still
that-
pay some consequences, but you know,
Yeah.
live
I know
with it.
people that gotten arrested for like some real serious shit at the border, and they're waiting trial in their house, like in town. They're not even in the jail.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
getting sentenced. I'm like, how do you? Oh, you guys could just go on the. I mean, don't go on the run, but I'm like, that's what always surprised me. Like, how do you
They
have so
didn't
much
do
freedom,
anything.
and then
Yeah.
you just sentence me?
Yeah, you got so much trust at that point. Why don't you, and then afterwards, like,
Like I walked into the courtroom, and they're like, they
Yeah.
just like, six
Now I'm-
names. They stood up and they just put them in handcuffs really quick.
Mhm.
Took 'em away.
really,
Yeah, it was like it's super like it's super unstructured.
Could you
At
imagine
least in
listening to those authorities explain to people like us sitting here, like right now, what their reasoning is and how the law works and why there's a system, and you know what I mean? And explain these things that like we would be thinking of, like, well, I understand your thinking, but we got this and we got that. Would that make us go like, oh, I didn't think of that? If there is such a thing.
I don't think there is.
Or how stupid they would find themselves looking, talking some bullshit that really is, because of laws and ways to manipulate it, that they can do the things they do.
dude,
I
they
feel like that's what it's for.
they took me out of family court in handcuffs so many times. I would say at least a dozen.
Because
dozen,
of
if not more. For non-payment of child support or just not enough money, like
I
was
thought
like-
maybe you were just like, because you get angry at what they were doing or saying, and
they used to pull pay or stay, and that would be you either pay or you stay. And what they were doing illegal was they were using the same public defender for everybody.
Yeah.
And that public defender would not meet with the clients outside of the courtroom privately, which should be done. And one day I started doing research, and I met somebody who was fighting it as well. And they said to me, when you go up in front of the judge, you need to tell them that you find counsel, what is it called? In something inconsistent or ineffective. It's called
not
ineffective.
capable, or I get what
That's
you're
what
saying.
it's called. I remember now. It's ineffective counsel.
Mhm.
He hasn't put any time aside for me to meet with me privately
Yeah,
about
not fair.
the case. And every time I come here, it's pay or stay.
Yeah.
Now, what that does is that puts them behind the 8 ball. You are no longer behind the 8 ball because now they cannot incarcerate you without representation.
Yeah.
You need to be represented in front of a
Yeah.
judge. Now they can't arrest you. They can't incarcerate you. They cannot arrest you. Now you walk free. I'm like, I want to put this off for a later date, Your Honor, because I want to meet with an attorney and see what's going on here, because I have a very bad feeling that this is a very corrupt system, and the freeholders are involved, the sheriffs are involved, the captains are involved, the attorneys are involved.
All backing each other, basically.
Are involved, and they fell like dominoes, dude.
That's an illegal gathering of let's because they got an agenda that they want to accomplish and get everybody on the, either over the barrel or who knows.
They were getting $180 a day per body that was incarcerated in the work program.
Mhm. Which is prison systems love that as well, right? So I'm sure they're greasing palms and.
Mm-hmm. So what they wanted us to do is they wanted you to work work during the day, come back to the jail, sleep there, go out, and then you would work and do that until your shit was caught up.
Yeah.
And then you would go out again, and they wouldn't lower it for you, so it would eventually get out of control again. So you get arrested again, and that would happen and over and over and over and over again until I finally was like, "Screw this!" I was like, "Now it's your turn." I was like, "You got a scam going on here. You got some kind of horse shit going on here. I smell shit. I don't know where this shit's coming from, but I smell shit." And usually, if I smell shit,
Not desirable.
Something's not good. Somebody stepped in it. Somebody's playing with it. Somebody's throwing it.
It's around.
Yeah.
You know? So, and sure enough, we started writing letters to the freeholders. We started writing letters to the judges.
Yeah.
I went
not wiping.
I went in front of the one judge, and the one judge was like, "Mr. Gum, you wrote this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I wrote it. I typed it. I wrote it up." Did you have someone write it up for you? I had some assistants. I was like, "Who assisted you?" I was like, "I don't have to disclose that."
Yeah.
And you know what she did? She made me read the whole entire motion just to try to embarrass me.
Yeah.
I was like, "What a bitch."
They do that, make you stress and just want to get out of there because you don't want to be like you're getting your head chopped off before you already go to the guillotine. You know, you're already horrible.
And she was so pissed. There was nothing she could do. She had to let me go.
Dude, they just think you're so dumb when you're in there.
Yep. They just want you to do what they want.
Yeah, monkey.
Yep. A puppet.
Puppet. Now you have everything we say.
And I kept on wondering, I'm like, why do they keep on waiting to take my case at the very end of the court session? Why am I always the last person? You know why? Because they don't want nobody else to hear any of the secrets. So you know what I used to go to? I used to go to everybody who was in a similar situation with me. And I used to tell them, come and sit and hang out and watch my case. Watch what happens. And the sheriff's officers, they would clear them out on purpose. They wouldn't let them see it.
Sneaky.
Uh-huh. Because I knew what I was talking about. The last thing they wanted was an educated scumbag like me.
Yeah. Not a fan. They're not a fan of that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I loved my kids, and my kids deserve money, but I don't deserve to be in the poorhouse for the rest of my life. It should be set according to my income, not my best year on my best day.
Yeah.
The year, you know, that's not how it should be.
Off your most maxed out stats.
Yeah, like you're judging me off of my most.
I've done that so many times, Robert. Be watching a live and it not be caught up like on your phone or something, and you got to go skip the live. Like, oh, they're way up there.
I was commenting, but
yeah, sometimes when you do stuff, especially if you use the voice to text, it'll stop the live. You be saying what you're saying, and however long that says, your live will go behind. Or typing, or you just tap the screen wrong. You paused it.
Dude, I would have a bench warrant issued every 2 weeks.
10 minutes.
Every 2 weeks, like if I got caught up, it would be out of. I wouldn't be able to pay it for those next. I mean, unless I was able to pay for it the next 2 weeks. And if I was, and as soon as I wasn't able to pay it 2 weeks in a row, a warrant would automatically be issued. Suspension of your driver's license, everything, the whole 9 yards. So then you got to spend $100 to get your driver's license back after you get arrested or turn yourself in, or after you appear in court. So I finally found a way to not manipulate the system, but just like they were manipulating the system to their advantage. Why shouldn't I play cards with them just better? I'm like, what you're doing is illegal. I should go after all of you people financially. You refuse to lower my child support.
Yeah.
Oh, it was horrible. And then,
Bunch of damn work.
and then the mother, my ex-wife, turned the kids against me. She would. I mean, I couldn't wait to go to the court and say she used the kids to get me lured in to get arrested for my warrant.
Yeah, you look crazy when you say things like that, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, likely story.
Yeah. Likely story.
Like, no, it's a true story. Why don't you, put yourself in my shoes?
Yeah.
We'll show you what's going on. You experience what I experienced, and then we'll talk about it then.
So you want me to pay for the mortgage, the car payments, the insurance, the house, the insurance on the house, the electricity, and now I got to get a new place for me to live in, and everything else. You have to go out. What's your deal? You got to go out?
So much you could say and voice your voice about.
Yeah.
Like even in the first place, why would two human beings need to have a bunch of this in the middle of things legally, not to be responsible to take care of your kids, or make sure if you can't take care of them that you're able to get somebody else to help you, or to get the help that you need.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Like, yeah.
And then I'm literally throwing money at the problem like it's going out of style. Like I'm not paying for anything for Eric. Yeah. I'm paying. It's like literally all going to child support, and I'm still getting locked up.
Yeah.
I'm still getting my license suspended. I'm like, I would go in there. I'd be like, do you think this is productive or counterproductive? Because I'm here like every month. So I'm here like 12 times a year. I mean, and this is going to go on for how many years, dude? Like, could we get something fixed? I can't afford. And then if I would hire an attorney, oh, you got money for an attorney? I wouldn't hire an attorney. I was like, I don't have money for an attorney. Then you got to deal with this schlep.
See, well, it's mostly cause the mother pushes it in.
Yeah.
If the mom gets what the state insurance, it bye daddy till you pay.
Yep. Yeah. Doesn't matter. It's screwed.
Yeah.
Screwed. Oh, you can't win, man.
Don't have kids, man. Stay away.
Don't have kids. Don't get married. And what I ended up doing, like literally right before 2020, right before I came down here, is when I paid my final child support payment. Because I paid for my kids up until their 20s. Early 20s. College years, whatever, I had to pay. Up until they were 21, I think, or 20. Whatever the law was in Jersey. And it was close to like whatever, $300 a week, which was like $1,200 a month. Or whatever it was. Nobody cared. It would automatically be taken out of the Social Security disability, but they can only take out so much. And then because by law, they can't leave me with nothing.
No.
What?
He's laundering money again. Rob. Having a fresh start?
Yeah, that's funny.
If you only knew how dirty probably all that stuff that's in our wallets that we grab every day. Because nobody washes their hand before they go in their wallet, right? At the gas pump, no matter where you're at, you're pulling it out. Or you handing it to some stranger, right? Look at your eye, whatever.
Exactly.
And then that money, paper stuff that we carry around from time to time.
Yeah.
How many hands has that been on?
Yeah.
Good Lord. You probably get busted for a drug test on some of those bills.
You want to go out, baby?
It's a good thing they didn't test those back in the 80s. Let me test your money. Let me test your money. What did they say? Sick? How old are you, kid? Sick?
Go.
Well,
why is everybody standing around like an asshole?
What is it got to be? I would think around the 20s.
One is my age. I think the daughter. And
yeah.
Like one's 98 and one was something else.
Yeah. I have to ask sick.
What happened?
Oh, how old are your kids, basically, general?
My daughter's older. My daughter's gotta be. She was born in '89. 5.
Yep.
No, she was born 3/10/89. No, 98. My bad. 98.
Yeah.
So what is that?
That's 20-some years. Yeah, that's when I got. That was my clean date.
26.
Yeah. Wow, it's been that long. 98 of August.
And I stopped talking to them when they were 16.
16th or 17th.
That's good. That's like almost 15 years.
Yeah, I haven't talked to them in over 10 years. More like 15. Yo, what are you guys doing?
Go rescue it, Rob. 83, 42. What was I doing? I was just learning to tattoo in 1983. That's a significant year for me. I guess I was about 19 or 20. I'm born in 63, so. Yeah, I was in Hawaii around March in 83. February or March.
Not doing any business. Let's go. Jay, for fuck's sake.
36. No kidding.
Come on.
That's how old you are, Brown? I'd be damned. 36 was about when shortly after I got clean. I was that old. 34, 35, 36, somewhere in there. John, by now.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to barge in.
You didn't. No, you didn't.
My ex-wife was just like, I'll just, if the only way I can get back in him, because I just basically, she told me she's basically, I'll take everything away from you, the house, everything, your business, everything. I was like, good, take it, you fucking. I said a bunch of words, and she did. She took it away. I was like, great. Are you happy? I was like, is this what you wanted? Great. How are the kids? Are they happy with you? Good.
You're nifty at 50. Okay. What was 36? Nifty at 50, or are you 36?
I'm 53.
I'm 50. You're 50. Yeah. I lose track some years, honestly. I thought I was one age, and I actually got a year back of life. Like, oh, I was granted another year, all because the whole year I thought it was an older age.
I was born 70.
God, that was a gift. A gift.
December of 71. So if I was born December of 71, am I 20? Am I 54 or 53?
Oh boy, you know better.
I know. I can't do it. Yeah, we went over this once before.
You got 3 hamsters with squeaky freaking wheels.
All the squeaky wheel.
I got 1 wheel hamster.
Yeah, a 3-legged one.
I think I'm 53. I don't know. 54? Something
The
like
hamster
that.
circus.
I don't know.
74 December, baby.
Yeah, I'm 71 December, baby.
It's 63 December. We're close. We're all in the ballpark, man.
Okay, so if he's 50, then I'm 53.
Yeah.
I think.
I know it's when you're so close to the.
I think I had too many.
Yeah, I think I had too many.
Actually, there's never enough.
What does a few days matter anyway? Let's just call it
who cares?
January of 64.
I'm 50-ish.
Why do I got to be in 63 in December?
Yeah.
And the cutoffs, dates, and stuff like that. Think about that. Like, well, when you're 18, you can do this. How about my mental capacity?
Yeah.
You might want to take that in consideration. How about my track record?
But they just let you do it.
No, if you're 21, you can go in and buy all the you know what you want and do what you think you need to with. Because of the magical date.
Yeah. And
I
then
mean, you don't even have to do a test to go buy alcohol. Think of that. Like you do to drive, you got to have some education. You got to do the blah, 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 blah. Not like any of these things are going to help, but just think about it. You're just freely given some liberties for a magical date.
Some people shouldn't even have them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I meant. You know, it's like
when you're in elementary school or middle school, there's like you're all in kind of the same age.
Yeah,
kids that are just tiny, teeny weeny ass kids.
Because if you think of it, like alcohol, right, at some points can be a worse than a loaded gun.
Yeah, seriously.
For some people. Yes. But yet they get the privilege of it, right? You know, and then they go out and do what they do, and then they wipe out some people out on the road, and it's, you know, well, that's too bad. You know, but they didn't have to go get a permit for that freaking, you know, like freaking AK, whatever.
Yeah.
What are they, 14, whatever, you know.
37.
Stuff, yeah, anything, whatever it is.
I mean,
you know,
when I was in high school, you never thought about bringing a gun to school or whatever. Like, people didn't have guns. I don't know.
Dude, honestly, I went to
school. It wasn't that big a deal.
No, I went to school in the boonies, like all ranch kids out there, and like almost everybody had a rifle in the truck. A lot of people went dove hunting in the morning before school.
Well, Minnesota, it was common, very common. You hunted, you fished.
I mean, in the city, because I mean, obviously, I'm like way younger, but I mean, that high school was out in the boonies, so it was like it wasn't ever an issue. Kids always had pocket knives on them. Nobody got sick.
Always.
Like it was a tool.
Always. Yeah, clean your fingernail with whatever, or you were out there whittling skills and look at my thumb.
Yeah,
nice.
I don't know. Put butter on your freaking
but
knives.
Well, you're all taught, you know, dad or grandpa or whatever showed you what to do with a knife, you know.
That's been lost.
You didn't bring it to school with the gang mind.
No.
You know, that's the difference. And
yeah, that's
what that one person's got to ruin it for everybody.
Yeah, I lost both my grandfathers at a young age. One I lost when I was 5, and the other one I lost when I was 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, really to that and really to this. Like in high school, seems like a lot of us had handguns with us. No kidding. Like in school, I've never carried anything. I brought a muzzle loader for show and tell on history, and that was okay. A muzzle loader. Well, and I brought had permission. Went and got permission. But when I came home on the activity bus, which was after wrestling practice, that bus driver wasn't informed.
That bus driver was not informed.
Yeah, and this is what, 1980 to 80 to 82, somewhere in there. And dude, this is for history class. It's show and tell. I just went to wrestling practice. I'm bringing it home.
Yeah.
Relax. I was almost insulted that he would think anything different.
Yeah. Give me a break, bro. Take it easy.
Why are you being out of my... This thing is so old. Yeah, I mean, it's been shot. As my grandpa knew how to do it. But I'm like, you know, it'd take me 15. I don't even know how to do it. Watch grandpa do it. Take me 50. I'd be home by the time I'd get it ready to fire. Yeah.
You could pull over, tackle me, cuff me. I still wouldn't load it in time.
Check my pockets. I don't have no wads. I don't have no
wads.
No BBs. You know, whatever you're gonna throw in there. You could throw nuts and bolts in those things and shoot those.
You can. Yeah. Anything. They have shotgun shells you can make yourself. You can put 2 like huge ball bearings and then buckshot in the beginning.
Dude, I had the good stuff. I had the best stuff for that history class that time, and what I was able to talk and tell about and bring in an actual, you know, artifact from Civil War, you know?
Yeah.
Think of that. That was freaking cool.
Here's a real matchlock, right?
I thought that was good stuff.
That is good.
Probably strapped anyway. Yeah.
It was on top of the mantle where behind the fireplace in the living room. There was a long pistol that was a single shot. It looked like a single shot 22 with the suicide trigger. That was found in Emerson when my grandfather dug the foundation of the house on Ackerman
That's so
Ave.
civil.
Yeah, so I don't know what that was about. It was old, but it had a firing pin on the hammer.
Yeah.
So it had to be a real like cartridge of a bullet, you know, with the whatever they call that, a firing cap on the end of it.
Yeah. So I don't need your Civil War.
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses, like
Roses,
that is kind of an irony. How civil? We're gonna have a civil one. Be polite now.
Be polite now.
Don't be aiming at it. Don't be aiming that at anybody while you're,
Stop
carrying that thing. Be careful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when the War of 1812 was more like, it was the British had a certain way of doing war. The Brits had a certain way. They lined up. It was in formation.
Yeah.
And the colonists were like, they were considered. What is that word?
That's kind of funny, Carrie.
They would be considered whatever the hell that word is. God damn it!
I could tell a whole nother story while sick bastards over there thinking. I'd be like, we both.
It's gone forever.
Poor baby, I know, man. So, like in another 15, 20 seconds, when you hear him go, just shut up, let him get it out, because he just remembered. He just remembered. Yeah, they bought a distributor, mounted to a board, and made it, 8 spark plugs, or spark 8 plugs really fast in the dark. Showed you, I had an asshole neighbor. I brought my 4-horse Rupp mini bike that we talking about every now and then. It's my first little motorcycle. 4-horse Briggs and Stratton in it, and you pull started it. And they were showing me something when I had trouble starting it or so, I don't remember. And he had the plug cap off. They all somehow talked me into putting my finger or touching or holding that thing and pulling the damn rope so they could have a laugh at my expense.
Guerrilla warfare.
Guerrilla warfare?
Yeah.
So I learned quickly.
That's what the colonists would do, because the British were all like prim and proper. They would stand at attention and line up.
Yeah.
They have a one row loading.
Yeah.
And row load, and then these guys were hanging out in trees and shit. And
I was just going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Because we get that depicted in, like, who's going to stand in these lines and then, okay, let's charge.
That's stupid.
Let's charge. And like, no, I'm going to charge for the woods. I'm going to take cover. I'm going to wait till I can snipe somebody out, trip them up. They're not going to see me, but I'm going to see them.
And I don't want a white cross on my chest.
No.
Mm.
A white X across my chest.
You need to get toe tags.
And a red coat.
And don't put me in front of the drum line.
Yeah, don't put me in front of the drum line.
I want to be first. I want to be last. You wanted to be first your whole life there, Mr. Baumgartner. Well, no one be last today. Last in line.
It makes sense to walk out in the middle of this field, Captain.
Hey, Captain, let's turn around, man.
Let's turn around, man. Let's take the back way.
I might have some Brits in here.
In cover.
Yeah.
Oh, considered uncouth. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, got to leave those control guys, the ones that are saying fire.
Yeah, they would
keep them alive because they know what they're doing.
They would take out their officers so they wouldn't know what the hell to do, because that's all they would do is listen to the officers and the higher up.
Remember, they showed an example of that in not Full Metal Jacket, but what was that series that they did, like 5, 6, 7 series where they took over the Nazis? What was that?
Was it Undiscovered?
It was a show where they did 5, 6, I don't know, 7 freaking episodes.
Brothers in Arms?
Band of Brothers?
Band of Brothers.
Yeah, and when one of the higher ranks would get taken out and they're trying to figure out who's going to be in charge and what to do next, and it was pretty crazy. And you got somebody who told just because he was an officer, he didn't know what to do or what to say, but they'd actually get one of the lower rank guys who knew the art of war and what to do.
Well, they had to remove that one guy, and he had to go back to the medics.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to head out pretty soon. I got to get ready to go to pick up my grandbaby and stuff and do a few things.
All right, Moto. Yeah,
It was a great little show, man. A lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
We talk about so much stuff up here,
Yeah,
publicly in front of people and everything. You like, man, I'm glad I didn't. Like, we got 4 here, so and we're not in too much danger. But I always wonder about, like, did I say too much?
No.
Did I say too much? Yeah, it's just my own thinking, man. Because like I say too much. Like, whoa, shit.
Sometimes I say too much. Like the other night, I said too much when I didn't mean to insult Australia, but I was like, the first flag was it's from Australia, and I mean, Dave gave me the finger, right? So I mean,
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. I get it. I'd
That's
give you the
Norman.
finger too.
You kind of knew what I was talking about, huh, Robert?
Yeah, Foxhole
Looking
Norman.
good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't do good. I wouldn't do good being that. You don't know, I guess, until you're there. But right now, I would never sign up for that type of work.
That's great. Yes. Thanks, Project.
Somewhere, Sterling is naked. That's the parting words.
That's some parting words.
Parting words.
All
And
right.
Sterling would say that himself. Are
He
you going to
would.
go too?
Yeah, I'm gonna go too. I'm gonna.
All right, Desert. Great seeing you again, man.
Great
Yeah,
seeing.
Desert, thanks for coming
Brown
in.
chicken. Yeah, Robert. What a blast ahead today with y'all.
Man. Yeah, it was a good.
Because of Sick, so thank you, Sick, and Carrie.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
Keep making those presentations for the kids in school. Let them know what's firing up.
So maybe we'll do it every Monday. I don't know. I gotta see how I feel.
Random Mondays. When I'm here, I can do it. Sometimes they're my days off, Sunday and Monday, so I get to do grandbaby stuff today, so that's part of that. And someday I might want to go do something else, ride, but if not, I'll be here,
Yeah. It's good times, man. Have fun.
Yeah, it would be nice is like do this on a Monday when I can. I want to do that
Hell
live
yeah.
out on the ferry and I just join you or do that like a little mission for the day, a little something to do, it'd be kind of interesting and fun.
Hell yeah.
Get to share with everybody and stuff like that, and vice versa. They share with us. So y'all say the truth. You don't have to remember what you say. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
But you get ridiculed for your version of the truth because different people. So we could sit on that one for a minute, but we won't.
I'm allowed my perspective, aren't I?
Yeah, there you go.
I mean,
Perspective of, love, patience, and tolerance for my friends and neighbors.
Yeah. All right,
If
everybody.
if we're off a little bit.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
And we'll see you later. Bye-bye.